to a smoking conversation with Sakina-Ra. And welcome. All right, y'all. Let me start y'all off with this little brief interlude. Give you 2-3 minutes so y'all can come on in the room. I got a surprise. So let me hit y'all with a brief interlude. Say 2 minutes.
He no go die. Somewhere he lives inside. He no go die. Your helper no go die. Life in the street ain't no funny. Every day brother man calculate it. Use your head before them use them. Where y'all live in a jungle. Crazy place, crazy world. Life is a market. We buy and go. We sell and pay. Say my helper no go die. What liba? Then go try their best. I swear them no go see them catch. Well I tell lie. Even though now one way, I swear he go still escape. Oh sure. He go still escape. Oh sure true. Say my helper no go die. He no go die. Somewhere he lives inside. He no go die. Your helper no go die. Ogbonna fele fele. 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 Obani olagidi. Your baba calm down. Last giddy luck with bio, a good bow down. Mutim baba tipe kushini mutim menwe. I want them in ghetto, Remilo membe. Oh my jago ye nick will me go bembe. Go back to my less bell, while Lord Tembe or the Shana Wale. I'm my talking soon. Ojo Jumala man badun lama some delay. Shah sound sema, I want them in Mendy. Shah sound the mini machine could then build it. One love, make you burn up. One love, make you look up. Fa-la-ra-ra-ra, our helper no go die.
All right.
Dr. Cash on the beats.
Hey, yo, Joe.
All right. Let me see where I'm at. Can't find me. That's wrong room. Well, I always get lost. No. Did I close the wrong room? No, I didn't. All right. Um. Where am I at? How do I do this?
Okay, Sakina.
Right, I'm trying to get back in my room.
Oh, what happened to it?
Okay, I'm in there.
Oh.
All right, here I go. All right. Thank y'all, everybody. And yeah, I got lost. Just like you do in a museum. Yay. So I want to welcome y'all to Smoking Conversations with Sakina-Ra. And unfortunately, I had a guest tonight, and he's not able to make it due to he's sick today. I wanted to say something different, but I wasn't able to say that because Smoking Conversations by myself. So tonight I have a presentation that I'm bringing to you with the African American Heritage Museum that my daughter went to while she was in Washington. So she shared some pictures with me, and through her experience, I'm going to share them with you. And so I dropped the link in the chat, and I want you to be able to come and join me if you will. And if you know anything, if you have been there, I want you to come in and just join me, and we can have a conversation and share your experience because I've never been there. But just going through the pictures, I can't wait to go. Now, I have had an experience, and we'll get into it later as we go. But again, this is amazing, and I advise everybody who haven't went to go. I want to go, and this is a moment in time that for anybody that has ever doubted if slavery existed, this right here is a moment nobody should ever doubt happened. So let's begin. I'm waiting to see if the screen is showing. All right. This is the National Museum of African American Heritage and History and the Culture. Now, the slavery, excuse me, the Slavery and Freedom National Museum of African American History and Culture. The Slavery and Freedom treasures a complex story of slavery and freedom, which rests on the core of our nation's shared history. The exhibition begins in the 15th century of Africa and Europe. It extends up through the founding of the United States, and it concludes with the nation's transforming during the Civil War and throughout the Reconstruction. And I'd like to thank each of you again for joining me through this time and these photos. And I'd like you to visualize the American, or whatever this once was, or so proclaimed in this new land, what was known to be, and it held a people, a specific people, which helped to build this country to what it is today as the United States of America. So let me present to you the founding of America, the paradox of liberty. And this is the way it is when you walk inside this building. On this wall, is their interpretation, excuse me, is their interpretation of what is broke down, which is the proclamation of the Declaration of Independence. It's not actually the Declaration of Independence, but that is what their definition is. And so my introduction is what I broke down, what I felt it was saying. And so in this room, you'll see Thomas Jefferson, and I'm not quite sure who the other presidents are. I do have a book, but again, I can't hardly see. But if you would like me to, I could blow them up. If you put a 1 in the chat, I can blow them up a little closer. If you want to look at them, we can stem in a little closer. They also have little glass cabinets with other artifacts in them, and we'll be able to go in and we'll be able to see them a little closer. Or maybe at the end of the video, we'll be able to go back in and we can see them a little closer. It's about 72 slides, you guys. So we'll be going good. So the Charters of Freedom is a new world at hand. And these inscriptions were a breakdown. And it's not only for the founding of America yet, it was rather the principles of which the United States was founded. And this is, in my opinion, of how it was carried out. Now here in this hallway, it was the Hall of History. And some deeds of men and women long ago had been inscribed and enduring the documents of freedom, as we know was the Declaration of the Constitution. And in those pages were written the stories of our America's founding. Now, this was the idea that shaped our republic, and these values and so-called united us as people. And to the vision, it was a guide for us toward the future. And the Declaration of Independence asserts the dignity, the the worth of all the people, the equal rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And this Constitution established a structure for the federal government to protect the rights and the freedom for all citizens. And that Bill of Rights and the first 10 amendments of the Constitution guaranteed individual liberties and safeguards for the fundamental rights of Americans. And again, those were the assertions that were on the walls when we first walked in the building. Now, those characters of freedom had guaranteed the rights of freedom for the Americans, and for more than 2 centuries had inspired people around the world as guardians for the founding documents that we carry forward and the principles and values that they embodied and preserved them for future generations. The National Archive Records Administration is proud to safeguard the characters of freedoms and to share the stories that they tell, a deeper story, the story that this country, in my opinion, what our ancestors built and founded with blood, sweat, and tears. So, as you and I explore these pictures from the historical exhibit, let us try to reflect on the enduring and the significance of those artifacts, the documents, the memorabilia, and the other exhibits of the actual existence of the African-American slavery and the principles in which it is not only a representation, but it's also the imaginary view of how it was displayed throughout history until now. These inscriptions highlight the importance of the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights in shaping American history and the values, and it emphasizes the enduring significance of the documents and the roles that they were the guiding nation forward. And this is an upfront view, again, of the same lobby. So this is one of the I want to call it a plaque that was laying there, and this was embroidered on the blacks. And so it says 60 males, and as six as many as large men and children and women with 4 or 5 small infants, and at the breast. What is it? LYER lands solar. I really can't read that, but this was a plaque that was somewhere in the front where it was laying at with the white basin. I believe it was under Thomas Jefferson's foot, somewhere around there. So these were all of the plaques that lay up in the front when you first walk in, as you see them right in there. Um, Arrows that's on this palette right here. This is not, if I'm not mistaken, that's what this looks like. Don't forget, I dropped the link in the chat if you want to come in and join.
Oh, they can't hear something with the sound.
Oh, you can't hear me? Okay.
That's Barn Dog. He said he's gonna go and come back in. He hear you now. Okay.
Okay.
They can hear.
All right. This is another capture picture of the slave ships. I'm coming into port, but there's no telling what port they're coming into. On this captive window, it says we have no property, no country, but I'm not sure where they're coming into. You're right, and they have natural rights. I guess that's what they say, but you can see right here, they say they're enslaved, right? So you can notice they have people on the ships all over. Now, I don't know if these are slaves here, but you see other people here on the other boats where you see these
Where's
boats.
The PowerPoint? We lost the PowerPoint.
You lost the PowerPoint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me
and drop that link again for eVizzle or Crybaby Self.
Okay, hold on. Let me I gotta stop let me stop it. Gotta figure out how to stop it because I don't know.
At your share screen again.
I gotta find my share screen. It won't come up because it's all in the middle of my PowerPoint. See, I hit show. Let me see. It might be in here.
Oh yeah, because it was going good.
Okay, let me exit slideshow.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let me go back into the room. I'll come back.
Yeah, because we got 8 people watching. It's getting good. Get that PowerPoint slide back up.
Okay, I gotta go back in here and drop the link. It's right. It's snowing badly over here. Okay, here's the link. I don't know how to pin it up. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, there's the link. Okay, I'm gonna back it up. One video. Is it one video? I should back it up. Is that where I'm at?
Well, yeah, and then we talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me go back. I'm back here. Okay. Let me get a drink of water right quick. All right. I gotta pull it back up. Okay, is anybody coming up before I drop the link? Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Anybody can come up and join if they want. Because I don't want to I have to stop and pause if I have to. I'll back up, Barn Dog. Don't worry about it, boo. Because I have to stop and come out, and then we'll back up every time somebody join. So if you want to join, you can come in, and then we can come back and we'll start back one video up. So let me know. Otherwise, I'm finna hit the link. I'm finna share the video, and we finna go off. All right. Now, I think we was gonna go back to this one right here and start here. We was gonna start here, right? I think this is the one we was at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't see it yet. There's a delay from the time from what you did. Yeah, but
okay.
Oh, dang.
There.
And the Zoom link is not working. Let me see something. Why? So the eVizzle. Hold on. Let me fix it.
Appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna wait. I don't have to wait on you though. Well, I can.
Let's see what's talking about. Oh, he doing it wrong. Of course.
Excuse me. Oh, okay, now I got to I gotta come out of here for a minute. Let me exit this one more again. All right. I'm gonna find out where eVizzle at. Where we go? Did he leave? What happened? He was there. Black people know how to act. Is it Christmas yet?
No, but you got 7 people back again, so start it.
Okay, because if he ring-a-ling-a-ling one more again. All right, here we go. All right, entire. All right. Are you everybody back in? I mean, to see the screen or no?
Yep.
All right. So this is after the ship again. So we're back. As we see, the women are thick. The women are thick. And so again, these are some of the women and the men. I believe it's some men in here. From the slave trade. You see the slave traders in the front and in the back. And you see how they got them linked up from
blow it up to make it single again. The single slides. Because
this is a single slide.
Yeah. It was just up there. Now you have it where the whole presentation is on there, but you had it single slides one by one.
Well, this is a single slide. It's in a K, and so this is a bar in the middle. That's why it looks like that.
No, it wasn't like that before. You had it up there, right? And then it changed. So there you go. That's it.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's the camera trick.
There you go. That's it right there.
Okay, because I'm not touching anything. I don't know what's going on.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Appreciate it. And so, yeah, they got the handcuffs on that's chained from hand to hand to hand. And then this one long neck. I'm not sure if this, because on one thing I seen it was actually wood, but then these look metal. So I'm not actually sure. But they're hooked around their necks. And again, down here, they're telling the different places where they're getting them from. So they were too, they got blurry as I blew them up, so I couldn't read and give some kind of description on actually what it says. So again, this museum is, they run tickets and I believe it said they give virtual tours and whatnot. So you can also go on the website and they give virtual tours too. It's a membership too, but you can get a virtual tour. Listen, after doing this, it is well worth going. We're going, she going back, but we're going back, I think in May toward my birthday. I cannot wait. This was so worth it. But again, if anybody doubt that slavery ever existed, there's no way that you could believe this. And this was somewhere in, look at this word. It says Adaba Congoa. These were the actual names of these places. And if these were Europeans or what, they got Santa Claus hats on and everything. I mean, I'm just saying. This is an actual photo of the African burial ground. It said the African burial ground was in the lower Manhattan. It's the state of memorial for the 15,000 Africans buried there. The burial ground are considered one of the first African American institutions in the northern colonies, because they were among the few public spaces where Africans could congregate. The burial grounds was recovered in 1991 Today it serves as a memorial, a national memorial, and fertile grounds for learning more about the lives of enslaved Africans in the colonial New York. That's deep. I wonder how many New Yorkers know that. Out of all the stuff you hear about in New York, I've never heard nobody talk about African burial grounds.
Yeah, but that's colonial New York, not New York as you know it today.
Even then, New York was one of the first colonized 13 states. How
Okay,
could
but
you
that's what
not?
this is talking about.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is history. So, I mean, that's deep. When you're taking a bite out of that apple, you should know about all the seeds. You know, it's seeds in there. You ain't just spitting them out for nothing. I appreciate you. You keep me growing. And they always brag about Johnny Appleseed. You know, he from Washington too. He couldn't tell a lie. You think he was lying? This right here was interesting. Look at the names of these queens and even this statue right here. Look at this statue. This is an artifact. What? Never seen it, never heard of it, know nothing about it. I'm still trying to look it up. It could put you in the mind of Isis holding a baby, but at the same time, it's on her hip. You know, we hold our kids on our hip. But what is this? You know, it's disrespectful to mispronounce some in somebody's name. Our ancestors taught us that. But all of this, this is the night of diaspora. We all heard of diaspora. That's a town, but not even to know where it's at. It's somewhere in Africa. But this queen right here, I can't even pronounce that.
Queen Nzinga.
Really? Thank you. And this is a king. Was that Asu Dahomey?
Yeah, Asu. Mm-hmm. And Nzinga.
Yeah, where they from? Just amazing. This is the reason why we need to go. More reasons why to go. I was just in awe. This right here. This is the slave trade. And these are all the names of the ships. If I got closer, it gets blurry. And these are dates. Can y'all believe that? These are little dates. Now, I can't tell you if it's import or export or whatnot. This is another reason why we should go. But these are dates. If you can get close enough, even though it gets blurry, you'll be able to see it. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why it's not letting me zoom. I want to zoom so y'all can see it because it's some more up here. So I don't know where we get off saying it wasn't that many ships. Right? These are some of the, because this isn't a case. So these are the islands that the slave trade was coming in, from, you could see the islands where they were doing the slave trading. But these were ships and these were dates. Now I can't tell you how many people, if it was saying they were coming in and out, or how many they were taking or whatnot, because it's blurred. But or maybe they got the names of them too. But again, this is another reason why we should go. This is I know I'm going. This is a reason why we should go. You can see this name right here, clear as day, William. This is another somebody. I thought that, I don't know if that's a Amsterdam or something down. And we all know what this is. We all know what this is. You can't make this up. This was actually some kind of film they were showing. Like, it says the abolition of slavery in 1865. You can't make this up. His face peeling. He peeling back here. You can't make that up. You can't make this up. Hold on once. I'm going to have to click out. Make sure he ain't in the middle of the floor. Are you on mute? No, I'm talking to Peace, Eric. Are you on mute?
It's who on mute.
I think he on mute.
Okay. Hey, how y'all doing?
PC Bizzle, what's going on?
Man, I've been trying to get on here. Gemini was trying to tell me, but it kept blocking me. So it's all good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you up. I'm trying to move you to the side so I could put the screen back up. But I'm glad you came up.
Okay. What's going on?
Nothing yet, nothing much. But I'm glad you came to the show.
Okay.
All right, let me get you out the middle of the screen, and then we're gonna go back to. Oh shit! No. Did I sign out? Did I?
No.
Okay, good.
Gemini, what's up?
All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me see. My view is saying. He said, "How are you doing?" He. Okay, well, you know what? It's gonna be all right. This snowstorm got me crazy. I don't get it. Okay, here we go. We back. I'm gonna move back. Oh no, we can stay where we at right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still.
You gotta take the slide.
Yeah, we still right here. All right, let me know when we back on.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, I see you right now.
Okay, we not sharing yet.
Okay. Here we go. Damn.
All right. Yeah. So again, you can't make this up. Not the peeling skin, not the keloid skin. You can't make that up. This is real. And they were watching a film, not really necessarily a film. I'm pretty sure it was some kind of. She said it was a film, like a documentary film, but it was real people. So I almost had her crying. She said it was it would take like 6 hours and 2 or 3 days to really fully do the exhibit. It's not a one-time thing for you to see the whole thing. You would have to about 6 hours for a couple of days. And so this is a Harriet Tubman exhibit. And so on here, this is, it says Harriet Tubman was known as a light and dedicated girl. Let's say bright and dedicated girl. And what's her name? Armanita? Aramina Rose grew up to change her name and become Harriet Tubman. CA 1822 to whatever date that is. And she was one of the nation's most courageous anti-slavery activists. And as a young woman, Tubman ran for freedom, making her ways up Maryland, Eastern Shore to Philadelphia. She returned 9 times to guide others to freedom over her lifetime, and she helped free hundreds of enslaved people. And she looked like a queen right here, don't she?
Believe it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I truly do. A lot of people have risked their lives to help others. I truly do believe that. That's called thinking and going outside yourself. You would not leave one of your children and not go back for the others. People do it all the time in burning houses, in restaurants or hospitals.
No, the reason I'm asking is that's because that's what Ida B. Wells did out here in Chicago.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, they tore down her projects out here.
Mm-hmm.
Look up Ida B. Wells.
I sure will, because a lot of people will do it. You know, people have fed people. People have done a lot of things for a lot of people outside of themselves. So
Gemini,
I'm sorry.
is
I didn't.
Gemini still there?
Yeah, she here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm watching.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Let-
I'm just I'm just teaching
learning.
right now. I don't want to be overbearing, but I'm just teaching right now.
Oh, okay. Well, come on, being teacher. And, and so this was another I want to say podium, if we will, for Harriet Tubman. It has some other of her precious memories. I'm not want to call them artifacts, or for her, I want to call them precious memories. Right. One of them would be a scarf. It's going to be another view for you, and this other one is a book, hymns. But I don't think they called them hymns. They referred to it as something else. So until we get to that, I don't want to say it's something other than. And so this is another photo of her. And so this one says the Underground Railroad, excuse me, was a secret network that built upon local knowledge and resources, both black and white, to guide enslaved people to freedom. Conductors like Harriet Tubman risked their lives to travel south on organized missions. The fugitives stayed at slave houses along the way, but danger was ever present. There were hunters by dogs. They risked arrest by any white person. Even the U.S. Marshal Service tracked down escapees. Mm.
Yeah, look at Ada B. Well.
Now, was Ada around when they was when Harriet was out, or was she recent, like Martin Luther King, or even after?
Yeah, she was in 1922, but go ahead, bring her out. 'Cause that's where a lot of the brothers and sisters. That's where they came out of. That's
Well,
where most of us
okay, well,
came out of was
we
Ada.
can get to her afterwards, because Harriet's still in the 1700s. Ada uh, we gonna get to her around that time when her time come. Ada wasn't even ought to be yet, but we coming to her. Just hold on to her.
I got you.
All right, thank you. Now right here is Harriet Tubman's. This I believe this is where Medea came from, because Harriet Tubman got her pistol right here. She got her dress right here, and she got her hat right here. It's a bad hat right here. And then you see she have her handkerchief, and they got it laid out. And then this is her book. This book right here, it was not a Bible. It was a book, like a book of hymns or her favorite songs, because you can see the keynotes or but it wasn't. It was something she sung. You could see the notes in it where they sung hymns, like at Pentecostal churches or Baptist churches. They sung hymns. So this is what that was. But we can get into that on this page, right? Well, I wrote it on a page, I thought. Well, no, I did write it down though. I just probably didn't type it. I'm sorry, y'all. But the inscription said that the handkerchief was given to her by um, a guy named Charles L. Blackinson, and that the other one said, the plaque said up under it. I can't go back either. It said that Harriet Tubman, it was a hymnal. That was the name of the book, hymnal. And that she was a fiercely religious woman. It said Tubman spoke by visions and dreams. It said that she helped provide a moral compass throughout her life. It said that she wore and tore that hymnal, and that suggested that she must have loved it, and that it was a gift also because she had used it quite frequently, and that it was also a gift to her by Charles L. Blackson. So that that handkerchief, as well as that hymnal book, was given to her by Charles L. Blackson. And that's what they called it. They didn't call it a hymn, they called it a hymnal. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, I had wrote it down to type it, but I didn't type it. I'm sorry about that. Now, this right here was really amazing to me because I never heard of Jones Hall Sims, but this is a slave house. This is an actual slave house. And I know they had to be cold as all get out.
Okay.
Because ain't nothing protecting you from nothing, but it's better than being outside, ain't it?
Right. That's right.
But man,
from that, the only consolation.
That's all I'm saying. This is better than being outside, but dang, they didn't care about us at all. Do you hear me?
Hell no, they didn't.
I'm trying to tell you, on a hot night, you might have got some air, but on a cold night, you froze.
Okay.
Look at here. It's more insulation in this damn box.
That's fine. What the hell?
But John Holmes Sims' house, right? This was the original one. And a half-story structure. Listen here, this is some good wood. Because I really can't read this, but this is some good wood. It's still here. Didn't we say trees tell stories of life? Mm-hmm. Look at this wood. This wood been here for a long... Who sang that song? It's been a long, 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 long way back. Go a long way. Woo-hoo-hoo. It goes a long, 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 long way back. This would go a long way back. Man.
Shit, that look go a long way back. The hell?
Really?
Yeah, really.
I can't believe those people. I mean, they're a trip. That's a total trip to have somebody living in conditions like that, though.
Come on.
Not giving a damn. It's like, for me, when you disconnect, your moral compass to see another group of people, it doesn't matter who they are.
Come on.
Just the fact that you have no humanity.
Listen, they put the E on elements before they gave them some wood. I mean, look here.
I mean, they didn't give a damn.
All kind of stuff came through here. Leaves.
That mentality is just horrific. To have to know that a point in time in history that people can disconnect themselves from their mind and heart like this, and really look at a group of people and be like, they not shit. They are not shit. Literally, they're not shit. They're not people. They're not human. We're going to have them live like this. We're going to have them produce fucking kids like this into a situation like this. It's like, that's real fucked up.
This is terrible. I mean, look at this. And them women listen here. Them women cleaned house. Do you hear me? They had leaves, dirt, all kind of stuff flying in there. And to keep that house clean and cooking and listen here. Let's get to the next page because I might start saying some words.
So who you reading right now? Who you reading?
I ain't reading nothing. Listen here, look at here. Just like a bird. This one, let me tell you something. This right here lasted longer. I'm going to tell you. This right here lasted so long. Ask me how long.
How long?
How long?
It lasted so long that I remember one time my brother got pulled over. Now I probably was about 13 or 14. My brother got pulled over and my mom and them had to get money together to get him out of jail for he be there for 2 years because they didn't have that 48-hour hold before they let you go yet. So he could have been in jail for 2 years or so waiting on a traffic ticket. This when Donald Goins and them was still writing them books or just started. How about that? So these pictures right here, that's how real they is to me. That's how I know they real.
I'm saying you going at me though.
No, I ain't going at you. I'm talking out, period. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just saying how real this is. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no malice in my heart. Why would I be mad? Why would you take it personal?
I'm just asking.
No, I am too now. Why would you take that personal?
I'm just asking. It's just Sakina, I'm just asking.
No, I'm asking now because why would you take that personal? I would never be mad. Why would I be mad? I'm saying I know I'm showing you how serious it was, right? And why would you think I would be mad?
Well, you never got to Ida B. Wells, so I ain't gonna.
It ain't time for Ida B. Wells yet.
Right, he busy.
We ain't got to her year yet. Let's when we get to her year, then we gonna get there. We ain't even got to Malcolm X yet. Ida B. Wells ain't her shit ain't even burned down yet. We got to get to Malcolm X. When her time come, then we gonna get to her. You gonna come?
Yeah,
You know I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
I'm just trying to tell you. Just
okay, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging. We got to get to that moment in time.
Pause.
Oh, okay, why?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, in this first one, to the left, my left, they talking about lynching. Now, for those who know about lynching, I don't know much about lynching. I only know about what I heard.
But can I bring some out to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look up the book, Sanctuary, when you look up the book.
What book? Ida B. Wells?
No.
Oh, the book about lynching?
Yeah.
It's a book about lynching?
Yeah, you ain't know about that?
Oh, I would never watch a book about lynching. Read a book. What you mean on how to lynch or how they lynched or?
So you ain't never knew about a book about lynching?
No, you listen. I know they lynched or whatever, but I'm saying I don't really. That's a lot. You know they lynched people and all of this, but this looked like city lynching.
Yeah, they in the city. That's exactly what that looked like.
Right. This look like
modern people.
This look like city lynching. This right. This don't look like southern lynch.
We'll look at James Lowen. James Lowen.
Huh?
You know who James Lowen is?
No.
James Lowen in Sundown Town.
No. See, this is what I be saying. It ain't it's what they don't say. So this some of the stuff you saying is what they don't say. It was a lot of stuff they didn't say about people that was getting lynched. This is some city lynching. I never heard about city lynching. All the stuff I knew about lynching happened in the South, and it happened before X amount of time. So now you telling me city lynching, and now we seeing city lynching. I would have never knew they were still lynching.
Look up James Lowen. James Lowen.
Like pork?
Yeah, James Lowen. Yeah.
Okay, let me write that down. I never knew they was lynching people in the city.
Yeah. James Long.
Well, you know, we can already expect though if they still have, you know, the gas chamber all the way up till today, right? And they did away with some of those practices. It's been some years since they have really done the gas chamber. But the fact of the matter is, if shit, they can bring the gas chamber into the 2000s. Shit, it's not a far fetched to see that they asked lynched people all the way up until what year, Ibiza? What was the very last lynching in what year?
1922.
That's a damn shame.
1922.
That's a damn shame.
When they hung that damn. Listen, they lethal inject somebody a couple of months ago and it went horrible in front of some people. And
yeah, that's why they're coming up with a new process now for that lethal injection.
That was the new process.
Was it the new process?
Yes, it was the new process.
Damn.
And the people that watched it was horrified.
Yeah, that's some bullshit to even just, you know, be like, oh, we gonna find a moral way to kill you.
Oh yeah, they wanted he suggested it because he wanted to suffer, and they wanted them to suffer and not have an easy way out, but it was supposed to knock them out a little bit, but they were still supposed to suffer, and it was so horrible in the faces of the people that watched that they people got to throwing up and all kind of stuff. It was horrible.
But Sakina.
Yeah.
See,
Gemini, I ain't mean to cut you off. Gemini, I ain't mean to cut you off, but Sakina, when you look at that James Lowen, bring that up.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it up as soon as let me finish this up. Let me
also, I want you to bring up the history. The book is called Without Sanctuary. Without Sanctuary. Bring that book up so Gemini can see it. I want her to see it.
I'm gonna look at it on my page list because I don't want to interrupt the slides.
Okay, well, yeah, she's gonna do it. All right,
I want you to bring it up as well, though.
Okay, hold on, give us a minute, so let me finish rocking this out. So now, we hit the lynching. Then you got we talked about the convict leasing, you know, kind of sorta, because you know that's how that went with far as I do know. And then they got this over here, which was the murder of Fraser Barker in 1898. Now that we're gonna have to look up because that's a panel of women and children, or that's a woman and all her kids. Fraser Barker. And all these names under here must be a bunch of people that, you know, got did wrong, and the survivors of their family must, you know. So yeah. And then we got this one. Let me go. Yeah, let me see how. Right. Okay. Now these. I remember this right here. I don't know if anybody else do, but this is one of them toys you grab by this thing and you spin it around. They used to give them. You just get them at the circus and whatnot. I remember that. But the rest of these things, I don't know nothing about. This look like a piggy bank because it say penny right here. Something about a penny. So this looked like it could have been a dark piggy bank, a heavy one at that. Because all these things look metal or something to that effect. But y'all see how they think about us. Look at this one. Look at these. Look at it. Make you feel some kind of way. I mean, look at this. I remember the cartoons when they look like this. But when they be looking like this, saying, your mammy said that this and that and that and that.
Okay,
Look at
can you
this.
get out sanctuary?
Look at that. These
Sakina,
must be them puppets, huh?
can you look up without sanctuary?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. These is puppets. I don't know what this is. This must be a doll. But this right here, this darker. This that stuff you put on your face. So you can look like this. Like that movie, Bamboozle. But they told him to use shoe polish.
Right.
Or it had them burn some ash or something. This after somewhere along here, it kind of gets scattered, but they come back together in a form. So this is World War One. Now I don't remember if we ever knew, at least I don't remember. I do knew that we ever served in World War One, but somewhere along the line we knew we had one African American that served in the war that had a high rank. But how about if we knew we had a few?
Sakina, when did they reopen this museum again? Because I remember this museum was it was closed for COVID. When did they reopen it? Do you know?
No, I don't. I honestly don't. It must have been open
really
for.
nice. It's better than what I remember it. They closed it.
Well then, yes,
it's beautiful.
Yes, and you listen here.
I would tell you all right now, the Robbins Museum, right outside Chicago. That's who has all the history.
Well, we need to go to all of them, but right now we sponsoring this one because this one right now got it got what we want. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It's got what we need. Cause when
World War One, right here. This World War One.
Yeah, this is World War One, but not just that. It has African Americans that are in the war, and they're at top rank in the war. They're at top rank in the service. This says something. You see what I'm saying? So somewhere along the line, something happened. Do you see the medals around these men's neck? These are badges. These are honor badges. Remember, I'm a military sister. These are honor badges. These you don't just get these. When much is earned, much is required. These are earned. These are top ranking. Look at the faces of these men. They don't got on that black glue stuff. They had to outrank somebody. They had to outplay somebody. They had the bronze and the brains. They've had to probably earn them in other countries because other countries saw that and not that. What you think? Some things is only in America. Because by World War II, you get back here, you see what I'm saying? You remember where you at. Our new government is founded upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man. That slavery in his natural and normal condition. 1861. Now, I don't know when the first war was, but I do know it was after the second one. Look at that plane.
Keep going.
I don't know when they flew that one. But we didn't have that many stars, did we? But we had the spangle and the banner. Is this New York? Do anybody know? Is this New York or is this California? Whose bridge is that? Whose britches is that? It ain't Chicago, I know. Then we have the second troop. And y'all know how these troops came about, the 9th and the 10th. These were from Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass. And these slaves got to be free in order to fight the Civil War. Yet we say they were buffaloes.
They gotta be free because they gotta come help.
Yet we call them buffalo soldiers. And yet we say buffalo soldiers were Indians. I'm confused. I don't understand. Who was who? Just to make sure we get it right. Let's look one more again. Colored troops.
Now, who are they? What's that say in the back?
What, colored troops? United States colored troops?
Colored troops.
And the sign right here says, men of color, now armed to arm, now or never, 3 years service, battles of liberty and the Union, fall now and our race is doomed. Silence with the tongue of the colony, valor and heroism, Port Hudson and the Milkingtons being, our freemen less brave than slaves. Our last opportunity has come. Men of color, brethren, and fathers, we appeal to you. What did it say? Strike now. What color is that man? The coming of freedom, the coming of freedom. Our union, friends say, we are fighting for the union. Very well. Let the white fight for what they what they want, and we Negroes fight for what we want. Liberty must take the day and nothing shorter. The Colored Man, New Orleans, 1863. What we saying?
I mean, I'm still on fail now, or our race is doomed. Really? The only race they gave a damn about back then was their own race, and they're gonna talk about a race is doomed. Not the shit that they did is gonna make the race doomed. But if you don't fight this war, we'll appeal to you. Then we doomed.
Come on.
Oh damn.
I don't know which war this one served at either. I think we looked at this already, didn't we?
Nope.
He said the Negro upon us. Wait a minute, let's go back. It said the great government is founded upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal. Yeah, we read this.
No, I think it's just coming through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just, yeah.
Let me see. Probably going backwards. I'm sorry. All right, and then this is some more of the veterans, or the, the veterans. And I'm not sure who this young lady is. I'm not sure who she is at all.
Well, I can't see it. You know, it's a delay. I have a delay on my end from when you click the slides to when I can see it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So I just have to, yeah, I'm just catching up. Now we saw this one. This slide of
Okay, right now we're on a slide with a young lady with two troops on her side.
Yeah. Well, I saw it.
Okay.
Click back. Yeah.
Now, this is a billboard of the Supreme Court with all the statues in it, and you see the big one with Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but not equal. I think Frederick Douglass was in that one, wasn't he? Plessy versus Ferguson. And then you got these were the main court issues back then that made decisions on these ones made decisions on some of these amendments, right? So you had the Cherokee Indian case, you had the Dred Scott Stanford case, you had Plessy versus Ferguson. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 4 other cases on here, but those constituted toward Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln. Who else fought those cases? Some of them were Jim Crow laws, but they guided toward the all the way up to the 14th Amendment or so. Yeah, within the up to the at least the 14th Amendment. Somewhere between the 12th, let's say anywhere between the 11th through the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. They help they help to formulate those, including the Bill of Rights. So that's why the Supreme Court and that makes that big difference. Right, because with those 3 courts, you got the Supreme, the Judicial, and the
my God.
I mean, it all makes a big part. Well, come on now, because all of that goes into your Bible. Every time this change, your Bible change. You right?
My God.
And so this is where it goes. So we're going into your Jim Crow laws. My page got cut up. But Jim Crow laws were stated to just enact the border states for the United States all the way up until the 19th century. from the 19th to the 20th century. I'm sorry. These laws enforced racial segregation, right? And it cut a boundary so they could stop saying one thing for blacks and one for the whites, right? All the way for school. It really stopped some of that. Once blacks got free and you was hanging them, and it stopped a lot of that stuff along the way. So it's not just the restrooms and the transportation, and we going in the back doors and drinking and all of that stuff. It stopped a lot of that along the way. This is why I said it was a part of the helping the Constitution, with the civil rights and all. So a term of the Jim Crow originated from a minstrel show character.
Yeah, but you know what? That's separate but equal. But things could have very well been, different. The separate but equal.
Right.
In my opinion, when you separate but equal.
But it wasn't happening. That what I'm saying?
Now you're saying that, okay, because when we complain about why we don't have enough black businesses, why we don't have enough black ownership, now, okay, if I'm white, my thought process is this. Okay, so I have to build for you. If we're all equal, then it is my choice if I want to build something for you. If blacks kept that in mind, that I want to be, if they had kept that thought process of we are separate but equal, then blacks would have not had a choice but to build the things that are necessity for themselves. But being somewhere along the line, being so dependent, trying our damnedest to be not only equal to the white man, but be like the white man, then we done forgot about ourselves somewhere along the way.
And that's how Booker T. Washington felt. So I'm with you on that. And so there's nothing wrong. We're going to get to him too. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. But I think he looked at it differently. I don't want to say this man's name and make it to a thing, but it's like, how you want me to get up if your knee on my motherfucking neck?
Yeah. And it's some truth to that. It's a whole enigma, wrapped up in that whole situation. Because again, to be like somebody, meaning that when we saw them construct things for themselves, we should have been on that same playing field. So again, somewhere along the way, we got really comfortable with, being equal and being alike instead of being separate and equal. Understanding who we are as a people and being comfortable and okay with that.
I can agree with that, but you're speaking as we came along the way, and he's speaking from being stuck.
That's just a general comment in general. It's just
and I appreciate that. I appreciate that because that is to a degree where we at, because a lot of us forget that part. We still want somebody else to do it, and we'll get stuck in that.
And
wait a minute, hold on. I gotta
we are absolutely stuck in that, because for some reason that word separate, just black people don't like that word, but you should have always kept that word. I mean, I think it meant something different to them back then to hear that word separate or to separate, saying that, hey, if we can't integrate with you all, we are not truly equal. But that's not a fact. That was the way that they saw it back then. To be completely separate and equal, or to separate yourself from a person, does not mean you are not equal in the first place. You should have never even had to write it down. But the very fact that, all the information back then was misconstrued, and put in such a way where we're still trying to figure out how to assimilate.
Right.
So they got past a lot of shit that they felt like, okay, we're not knowledgeable, enough. And a lot of shit did not, it seems like things turned out in our favor, but not for real, for real. This is why we have, we are a people, we have, but we don't we're not the, you know, we don't have the things that we should be having. If we are equal,
like
and
what?
you know,
Like what? Like what? Like what? What you talking about? Like what?
Jay coming at you.
Like what? Like what you talking about? Get specific, Gemini. Teach me right now.
What you need to know, brother? What you need to know?
What should we have that we don't have right now, Gemini?
We should have lots of things. We should have industrial type businesses. We should have manufacturing. We should have all the things that originally started the original construct, or the foundational pieces, not the pieces on top, because the pieces on top really don't matter. They come and they go. But the foundation is included in the land, and the land and the foundation is where we should have kept that focus. So we should have kept that focus in metals, when they were building, you know, the railroads, when they were building and constructing this company. We had a hand in helping, but not owning. And even till this day, you know, when we're talking about architecture and things where, you know, we're going to go get, you know, we're going to, the way we see the world, you know, we should have had and be still, we should be if not number one, number two in those fields. You know, we concentrate on all the other fields because we get in where we can fit in. But the truth of the matter is they were building a world, a new world. And they did it, and we were complaining about we need to be equal. They kept their focus on purpose at your person, at your color, versus your skill and your labor.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like being duped, like we couldn't see the forest from the trees.
Mm. Hey, Sakina.
You know,
Peace, nephew. How are you? Thank you for joining.
No problem. I'm just leaving work. Hey, Bizzle. I know. I heard you, E Bizzle. I heard you. I know you there, E Bizzle. Don't be hiding. What's
He
up,
ready
E
to
Bizzle?
tea.
Where he at?
Probably in the bathroom hiding.
Oh man.
I'm here. I'm here. What's the word? What's the word?
I hear you trying to bring out that Ida B. Wells, brother. I hear you trying to bring it out.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna
he's
come out.
Yeah. Sakina, she don't want to bring it out.
I am gonna bring her out. I told you it's as soon as I get through, I got I don't know how close I am. I'm on 35. I got 72 slides, so I'm halfway done.
Okay,
I'm halfway done.
I'm listening now. Go ahead.
All right, let me
Yeah, that's real walkie-talkie.
I gotta go back
That's my young brother that's the young brother who I've been teaching. You heard?
Right, exactly.
I hear it loud and clear. Roger that. Or 10-4, good buddy. Shit.
Roger. All right, let me get back into auto. Oh no, maybe not. Let me go back. Come on. Is that it? Is that my screen? I just want to, yeah. Here we go. All right, so now, oh no, it's going too fast. I don't want it to go this fast. Okay, so can I go backwards? That's it. Yeah. No, that's going too fast. Wait, I gotta go back. Let me go back.
No, I mean,
it's going too fast. I don't want it to go that fast. I need to
every 2 seconds, so just change it to every 5 seconds.
Oh, whoa. Where is it going? It's showing to right. Why is it showing? Let me wait a minute. It's showing it's going where I don't want it to go. I'm showing stuff. Was we at voting rights, y'all?
Yes, that's where we stopped.
Okay, then good. Let's stop here. All right, now. We was at voting rights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because right, because that was going into um um what's his name? The God, the guy we was talking about. Um um
Oh, now the
Jim
slides is
Crow.
going without
Jim Crow, Jim
Yeah.
Crow, Jim Crow, Jim Crow. So Jim Crow, all of the things that he was going, you know, they started moving along with Jim Crow. So some of the things that started moving along with Jim Crow, the Jim Crow laws was the Voting Rights Act, right, of the Jim Crow thing. So these were some of the things that started moving along with that. So the the Voting Right Act, it was aimed to overcome the state barriers for African Americans to be able to vote. Now the minority groups was you want to say that they say minorities. So this was Indians and or uh what they said was not white. So you have to look that one up because what was not determined as white was not you had two different classes. So you had what was determined as white was being Christian or not. So that played a big role in America being the Christianity part. Part of the first 13 colonies was about being Puritans, and the Puritans were, I think, part of the first 6 states, but within the first 6 colonies, within the first 13. Now, that included New York. Bless you. Now, Jamestown played a big role in that. Pennsylvania and some of the surroundings, because I just recently found out that uh, they didn't call it the White House. I think they call it Congression or the House, the Congressional, or something to that effect. But it was the original White House, and it was in New York. It wasn't in Washington. It was in New York. So the White House became the White House, and it went to DC. But it was not originally in DC, it was in New York. So again, New York holds a lot of history, especially when it comes to African American. It holds maybe even more than what is not being said when it comes down to it. But again, now the tax polls, well, let's go backwards. So it did a lot for the voting, discriminatory practices, such as the literacy test polls and the taxes and the intimidation tactics, right? You know, they was threatening you if you voted, whatever was going to happen to you. We was talking about KKK and whatnot. The Voting Right Act had a profound impact on the African Americans because the turnaround was that once they were able to vote, they voted. Right. And so in advance, the civil rights and the political empowerment for the marginalized communities, the impact was real. It was phenomenal. And so it showed a marginalized effect for the Americans in the United States as a whole. Right? That made a bigger impact for African Americans because now they had a say so and they had a little more power when it came to having empowerment, let's say. So now you have activists that have a little power now. So this is where your Malcolm X's and your Martin Luther King's and all of your civil rights leaders now have a stronger background. Now they have a stronger say so now because we have power now. You see, we're voters now. It's a little more heavier now. We're not just hiding in the bushes no more. Now we can vote. Now we're being human. We're not being these animals, even though we knew we weren't. Now we can vote. We're we're different now. We're being treated fairly a little bit more now. We got dignity now. You can't treat us like that. Again, this is another view of that house. You can see it from the first floor and the second floor. We're going to take another look at this inside view of this. Not this inside view, but this, I don't know what we're going to call it. We're going to call it when we get closer to it. But y'all see these people over here standing by this right here. This aura right here. So we will get a closer look at that. We'll talk about that when we get there. But y'all see this emancipation of the transformation of America. Y'all see they call it the transformation because you had to build it. But I'm going to show y'all why they call it the transformation. So this is that cotton gin I was talking about. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying, you can tell me, Ibiza, Gemini, anybody in the chat, Jay, what does this look like to y'all?
Okay, I gotta wait for it to come up. What picture did you have it on?
On the cotton gin.
Oh, okay. The cotton gin, you said, what does it look like?
Yeah.
It almost look like a printing press. I don't know.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked exactly like a printing press. But they say, and I'm gonna wait for the they sayers to say it because I looked it up and it's supposed to be an actual cotton gin that separates all the seeds and the weeds from the cotton and actually where the cotton come out. Right now, I know this is a cotton king. Now I know the cotton king, because it's a cotton where they separate, and we know about the cotton gin, but this don't say cotton gin; it say king cotton, and we know, that's probably represented. But I just don't believe this is a cotton gin. This looks like a printing press, an old printing press at that. So I'm not gonna say.
I don't see the picture, Sakina. Are you on the picture?
Yeah, I'm still on the picture.
Oh, okay.
I just don't believe that that's not a. I don't want to say that that's a cotton gin. I still want to stick with that's a printing press. So I'm not gonna say what that is. I'm gonna say that once we go to the because it's actually in the same hallway when you walk in the building. So I'm gonna ask anybody when they go or when I go. We're gonna take another picture of it and get a tour, and I'm gonna see what it is myself. I know Intebi Jabari is supposed to be going in April, I believe, and maybe he can tell us what it is because I might ask him about some statues for sure because I know he goes in depth. So, but if anybody knows and finds out and take a tour, just invite me to your whatever. And so I would love to enjoy your pictures. All right, so this is the Greensboro, North Carolina sit-in. And these are the 4 young men. And this happened in 1960. So it was a series of nonviolent protests, and they were against racial segregation in Greensboro, North Carolina. and it began February 1st, 1960. The sit-in was organized by the 4 African American college students from North Carolina, and they were Agricultural and Technical State University. The names were Ezel Blair Jr. He's now Zavero. I don't know how to say his name, but the other one was David Richmond, Franklin McCain, and Joseph McNeil. The students initiated a sit-in by sitting at the segregated lunch counter at Woolworth store in downtown Greensboro. This is in North Carolina. Um, they requested service despite being refused due to their race. They peacefully occupied the seats reserved for white customers and sparkled a wave of sit-ins and protested across the South. The Greensboro sit-in gained national attention, and the momentarium inspired similar demonstrations in other cities and leading to the desegregation of lunch counters at other public facilities. The sit-ins are considered a significant moment in civil rights movement and the demonstrating of the power of nonviolent directed action and challenging racial segregation and demonstration. And this one of the cheers they kept, I guess, as a momentary, yes, from Woolworth. And I remember the last look, I said the last Woolworth. It must have been the last Woolworth because it was still up in Wisconsin all the way up until.
It was still up for a long time. When
yeah, they did.
Woolworth was still there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they stayed up to the wool for all it was worth, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then you have John Lewis, who had the unending struggle. And John Lewis, he had a life legacy of John Lewis. There was a prominent civil rights leader, and he was a congressman. He said John Lewis was a key figure in the American civil rights movement. He was known for his leadership in the nonviolent protests against the role and his events, such as Selma and Montgomery marches. And excuse me, he went to Washington. And they said Lewis' lifelong commitment was fighting racial equality and social service and social justice. And from his early activism for the student to his later years as a congressman, it's highlighted his courage for perseverance and unwavering dedication to the principles of nonviolence and equality. He said John Lewis and his unleading struggle serves as a tribute to his remarkable life and his ongoing struggle for more than just justice and equality for society. I think I had more on here, but I must have blew it up too big, so I couldn't read it all. But yeah, he did. He had a story.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. And then we have Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was the first self-made female millionaire. Now, she developed a line of beauty products for African American women, and she began by selling them door to door and eventually built a company with more than 20,000 employees and the agents and the agents. Now, her company trained the women how to style hair and open their own businesses. And they also sold her products. She also visited the White House, and she lobbied for anti-lynching legislation. And she encouraged her agents also to be politically engaged. She also won some kind of medal. And then these are some of her products. Well, they're probably just the cans.
My God.
Yeah.
My God. My God.
And here we see, this is like a memory of a church. And so it said that enslaved African Americans made their way out of no way by holding fast to their faith. Slave owners promoted Christianity as a means to control, but African Americans found their ways to make their own ways. Diverse faith practice helped enslaved African Americans to survive the slave experience of slavery. Through word and song, dance and prayers, enslaved communities were strengthened by faith.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And then you get to see interracial marriage. Now, I'm not going to throw that on Jim Crow, but I want to say that anything's possible, but it could be Jim Crow. I don't know. You know, but
another distraction as far as I'm concerned.
right, it says loving in Virginia. Loving versus Virginia, interracial marriage. You know, so I don't know, but somebody got beat up over here. I don't know, but they hugging over here. So I don't know what you're trying to say. You know, I don't know.
Well, what's the word? What's the word?
I don't know.
I mean, look how big of a deal. I mean, for me, again, every time I, just revisit our history, they kept us distracted in so many ways. They use these tactics to distract us as a people. And instead of us getting into these industries, we're trying to get into, again, the likeness of the white man, right? We want to marry white people. We want to have relationships. Relationships are on our mind at this point. How? It's like, but again, those are things that, because, we are so left behind in the process that we just couldn't see further ahead the way we should have. And then you have, in 1965, Lyndon B. Johnson declared he's getting ready to make the greatest society. And through education and poverty and new jobs. Well, okay, what are these jobs? The jobs is the more important message. What is this new society that you're trying to build, and you're distracting us, and you're giving us all this, BS about being equal as people, and you're placing the spotlight on color and race, and we are buying into that, and we have not looked around us to see that, oh, shucks, they get ready to build. We need to get in on this and take the focus off of what we look like and put the spotlight on the economic part. Because after now you've given us, we got voting rights. After we got all the things we feel like we should get, the next step is interracial marriage instead of building industry. How?
I get it.
I mean, it's like they still kept the focus on what we were missing on the emotional level versus where we are on a psychological level. They played psychological games to get us to miss the mark in many of these moments that would have been monumental for us as a people.
I get it. Listen, I remember when I had my son, first thing came out my dad's mouth was, so you've been with a white man, huh? And I was like, no, Dad, what the hell? I had to come, like, no. But I mean, we stuck on it too.
Yeah, I know, because look at, you're talking about, this is conditioning at this point. This is conditioning. So in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even before that, you're talking about, this is strictly conditioning, keeping the spotlight and focus on a group of people, while behind the scenes, they're getting ready to build what Lyndon B. Johnson calls a great society.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we don't want them in on it, right? So let's keep the focus on race. Let's keep the focus on all of these smaller things that really, at the end of the day, we're right where we are. We are right where we are. We are not in any type of a number one top spots for the industrial of things, the infrastructure of where we live. which the infrastructure is the bigger picture. It's the bigger goal. That's how you get your slice of the world, not your slice of the pie. Nobody's thinking about a quarter slice of a piece of pie.
Yeah, but
No,
they think
we're
the
thinking about
pie
a
is the
quarter.
chart. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I mean, it's just, they just kept the focus,
Yeah.
way too long on things that are just like, and it's monumental because those are things we didn't have. But looking back now
Come
at
on.
a different time, we can see lots of moments where we missed the mark completely because these people had a psychological chain on our mind and kept our focus in other areas.
Yeah, but look how we still came about. You
What do you
know,
mean?
because even then it didn't hold us back. We still moved forward, and we took us with us. But you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
All of us didn't
move
stay.
forward.
Listen, all of us did not stay. Now, even though we still we still believe in something. Some of us are still stuck, and some of us will not let us hang.
Hold on. Before you even finish that, this is what I'm talking about. When we took architectural jobs, now this is the way it was played out, and this is only on TV, right? Because TV matters.
Yeah.
Optics matter. Okay. So when we took bigger jobs, when one Black person did get into the business, the industry of architecture, he had a white counterpart. That's the kind of stuff they did. So we did not take us with us because you know why? Because they upheld the architecture job, that position. They held it in high esteem.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because you are designing parts of the world. So when you have the world in front of your face and what that looks like, they understand. They gave you the smaller part and said, hey, you know what? We're going to throw you in jail if you marry outside. So they kept your focus on that little part, not understanding that if you're an engineer, you held that in high esteem. So now when they show a Black engineer, he got a white counterpart. Instead of us sitting here seeing how those jobs in the first place was going to help us set our mark in the world, not the fact that you married a white counterpart. It's the industry itself. And so that you can pass on your legacy of what you know about infrastructure and design and pass it on to your Black counterparts. Not that so you can marry, so we can see you marry a white counterpart and keep that industry separate but equal if you can get there. But we was already there. We was already there.
Right.
Lots of times we were already there. And we should have kept it instead of when you sit and say separate but equal again. Well, the white man got the engineer job and he has a white counterpart. So I guess I'll be a Black person that's an engineer with a white counterpart. Are you serious? You were in that moment. It could have been so much better. But all of that integration, trying to be like, that is where they kept it focused. Be like us. Be like. Wait, what? You know, there's so many pivotal moments we could have really taken for our own. Now, all of these other industries, fast forward to 2024, some of these industries are still in high esteem. And when we get there, we're only working for said people. We don't own that industry. Versus in the past, we could have dominated lots of industries. And those industries right now, this world could have been Black and white. Isn't that what they wanted? That's what true integration looks like. Businesses, companies, corporations that are both Black and white, not only just mostly white, and then a sprinkle for everybody else. But instead, they threw in your face pictures of people instead of pictures of infrastructures. so that your focus can be on, let me get something I couldn't always get a hold of, a white counterpart. Wait, what? Again, back to relationships. Menial things. Not that relationships are not important, but it wasn't as important as what we could have had economic wise for us. That's how you leave legacy to a group of people. You build, you don't get married. What the heck is a marriage in comparison to, leaving us a giant corporation that we can sit here and still, have room to navigate and move through. Money, contracts.
Who we gonna leave it to?
We would have been leaving it to the next group of people.
But they're not family.
That's how that goes. So you get if you're saying our end game was just to get married to white counterparts, what you gonna leave that to? Who you leaving that to?
But even if he married the counterpart, that's who we leaving it to. But just to be leaving it to a person, just the hell to be leaving it to. Uncle Sam taking that.
Not and that right. I'm talking about you still would have been having legacy, girl. You would have got married anyways. Right? Your name would have been slapped on the front of that building. You still got married anyways to whoever you wanted to get married to. So you'd have been leaving legacy. But the point is, you'd have been in the real game. That's the real. That is the real integration. The real integration is of infrastructure, not on a personal level of integration. And then keep that focus there for 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 years. Keeping your focus on the lower version of integration instead of the high integration. Look, would have been businesses, infrastructures, corporations, not marriages and children. You were going to have those anyways.
Well, it was always on the mind control of deception anyway from jump. So we talk, right? We talking about a people that didn't even know the language when they got here. They got beat into a language, right?
Listen, I understand that. But that's why I say, looking back, there were moments where we see where the dupe actually took place. Now, we were duped. Yeah. Because again, we let them keep the focus. The focus went from non-violence to violence. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Really? Really? And they were still talking about peaceful protests. So while our focus is on that, they were still building, had plans to build a better society that we didn't get no parts in because we were too busy looking at the thing that they were us, shoveling down our throats just about. Mm-hmm. And still we're signing into, at the same time that was going on, still signing into a place, put into place and position infrastructures of a great world, a greater world than what they were, a greater nation. That should be our legacy. That should have been it. We should have been in the integration of building the infrastructure, having a slice of the world instead of a slice of a pie. I will keep saying that. That's a big, huge difference. The slice of the pie is that, hey, everybody, they're not treating us right. Hey, inequality in the wrong focus. Inequality, you mean for these jobs where our men are not making enough money. So even if you did that picture you showed, okay, you married a white counterpart. That was fine and dandy. How were you able to afford her? How were you able to afford different things, food on your dinner table? Because then what they did, by the time we're playing catch up with everything, right? Now we're talking about bringing unions and still small stuff, versus having, we were right there. We understood how a lot of that stuff was made because we worked it. So we should have worked it into a plan and position to sit here and say, hey, you know what? We are jumping into this, into metal steel when steel was being created. to help build some of this infrastructure. Oh, blacks, we worked there, but we didn't understand the business of it, and we didn't. And if we did see the future, we just didn't know how to jump into the futuristic game, because still changed the world forever.
Jay, you can speak. Jay has had a whole paragraph in here. Did he drop down?
Yeah, he did. Okay, and what he said was, historically, marriages have led to the most prominent empires. No, historically, marriages have led to empires of that family and that family only. How they were building and seeing themselves in the future. That's what it does, right? Because marriage is a contract, right? So when a person got married and they had foresight, this is called vision. If you have foresight, you can see how a marriage can benefit you and yours down the line. But that's only one family. A corporation benefits many families. We're talking about plural, not singular. And keeping us on a singular level all the time is how we miss pivotal moments in helping to get a slice of this world. Not just being talked about in the world, or not just, again, hey, let us distract you with these things that are going on. We're talking about being able to look back at this history that we're going back now, saying, yeah, John Lewis sat here and from what he did in civil rights, he was able to, gain shares of such and such, build all of that up, move all of that around, and now here are all the Lewises. And here is, here's their lot. Because each and every last one of them would have got married, their family would have grew, that would have benefited many families. So I get that marriage has always been a thing, but it's only always been a thing for that family in particular, that one specific family, and that family looking far enough down the road to sit and see how they were going to benefit from that marriage, from what they did. It wasn't helping worlds or so to speak. When people got married, hey, they sat and said, hey, we're bringing this country together with this country. It's going to be the best, da-da-da-da-da. The people end up getting married. They got married. The people still get nothing because the focus is still on the people's marriage. That's a distraction.
All right. Let me get through this next video. All right. Now, this book right here is a Bible from Richard Collins. Do anybody know about him? Nobody? Have y'all heard of him?
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, Richard Collins, I really don't know about him either. But this Bible was about the life of Richard Collins. Well, it really wasn't about it. It just said life. But to me, after reading this placard right here, I wrote in here that the Bible brought. They said that this Bible was after after the emancipation, he wrote down all of his family names and birthdays as far back as he could remember. And to me, this began his family tree, right? Because that's how we start family trees. And so as his great-great-grandson shared this book, Collins never considered himself, to his grandson knowledge, that he was a slave. He never considered himself a slave because he was a man. He was a man with a family, and he was a man with a purpose. And by listing his family members, the names, he worked to humanize them and remove them from the context of slavery. And so the Collins Family Bible of 1869 serves as a source for spiritual guidance and a place for preserved family history. And this Bible is a gift of Richard Allen Collins Diggs. And I guess he inscribed, "Thanks, Grandpa, Mom, Carlotta, Denise, and Diane." And this Bible is also in that historic museum. I thought that was beautiful.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, that is neat.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, like who is Richard Collins, but yeah, I thought that was really beautiful. And so this is about the bombing of the 16th Street Birmingham Church. Now in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, this was on September 15th of 1963. The church was a central meeting place for the civil rights activists during the civil rights movement. And the bombing took place during the height of the racial tension in the city. 4 Ku Klux Klan members planted a bomb under the steps of the church, targeting the African American congregation. And the explosion killed 4 young girls, Addie Mae Collins, who was 14, Cynthia Wesley, who was 14, Carol Robinson, who was 14, and Denise McNair, who was 11. In addition to the fatalities, many others were injured. And this heinous act of violence shocked the nation and galvanized support for the Civil Rights Act movement. And it underscored the urgency of the fight against racial injustice and spurred increased activism, and called for change. And the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church is remembered as one of the most tragic events in the civil rights era. This was sad. It had to be devastating.
Totally. It's cowardly. That's what that was. Very cowardly.
Do you want to go back to 1955?
Not when we almost done. This was what happened in 1955?
Emmett Till.
Oh no. My daughter did not even want to go there because it was, and she said they won't let you take pictures or nothing, and I wouldn't want to, because Emmett Till's mom made them leave that casket open so that everybody could see what they did to her son, and I don't blame her. And at the same time, that lady did not say nothing until she was on her deathbed, and she just recently died. And then she said, and this is a shame, and I'm going to say this, and this is my truth. It is a shame that the only time that you will tell the truth is the day before you die, because or you have some kind of belief that you can do anything, and all you have to do is say, "Forgive me, Jesus," and everything gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
This is a bumper, and it looked like a fender.
No, I just wanted to ask you, did you want to put that out there?
It's out there now, and we've put it.
Yeah. Emmett Till. That's 1955. That's when the Civil Rights Act, that's when it kicked off. Emmett Till, a young brother out of Chicago. Yeah.
I think they drove this. This is off of this van.
No, because we could laugh and joke about all this shit, but a lot of people
Emmett Till was not.
They don't know that. They don't know that.
Yeah, that was not a laugh or a joke.
Joke to me. This ain't no
Yeah,
joke.
that's not a laugh or a joke especially when it comes to children.
Yeah,
I've always fought and worked with children and elderly, and it's not a game when it comes to children and elderly. You say once an adult, twice a child. And who's going to take care of you when you get old? Let me tell you something. If you don't treat your children right, you ain't got to worry about it. I've worked in the nursing home, and I've also worked on the floor. And the thing is that I've seen when the holidays and whatnot roll around, and don't nobody come to see them.
Yeah.
I've went to a funeral and cried my eyes out because I knew somebody that had relatives and kids, and nobody came.
You know the cold part though. You know the cold part, Sakina. The cold part is that I look at my guys, at some of my guys that's been wrestled away. You know, dealing with Chicago organizations. Man, that shit ain't cute to me no more. It ain't cool no more. Niggas the niggas been arrested down. I seen niggas and goddamn how the fuck you shoot up the goddamn funeral home, bro, on 87, bro? How the fuck you
No
shoot?
respect. No respect for nothing. For
Man,
nothing. The
fucked up.
flowers in the funeral home ain't real. That's how much respect you ain't got for nothing. The flowers ain't real.
Man,
You ain't got respect for the
but
dead.
look,
You ain't
the
got respect
cold
for
part
the
about
past.
it, you know what,
Flowers ain't even real in there.
Sakina, the cold part about it is that brother Leak, he's a $500,000 nigga, and his sisters, they major out here in Chicago. Uh, they own the funeral home. He said, Eric, he said, how the fuck now? This a man that go to church. I say, well, I don't deal with the church like that no more. But he just asked, he say, how the fuck they shoot at the funeral home?
What do you say? Pass the ammo, praise the Lord.
Yeah. But fuck them niggas, real walkie talkie. You heard?
Now look at this. New York conspiracy. The intended massery. Well, how do you say that? Listen here. Massery. They burning a man.
Massacring?
Masquery.
Who's that right now? Who is online right now?
That's Gemini. This Gemini. But listen, they burning a man like a barbecue. This is where Candyman came from. They burning him. And look at all these fools watching. They burning them. They barbecuing a man. New York conspiracy, 1741. Ain't nothing he could have did. And they got kids watching. Look at this baby.
You know what's crazy? And I'm gonna put it out there, but one of my girls, she damn, I don't want to put her name out there, but I ain't gonna put her name out there, but one of CPD, she went into one of the stores, right? Gemini, you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she went into one of the stores, so in the Hunted. So one of the guys, he was off that dog food. He was off that, the heroin, right? So hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. He was off that dog food. So he tried to pull a gun, right? So she whoop bopped the bam. She called backup, and they always tell CPD, especially if you a female, you got to get backup. They just tell them that. off top, because niggas out here, they gonna tell you, we gonna whoop your ass if you come up here with a female. We gonna whoop your ass. So they already know that. So she went in there, woo bob the bam, talked to the dude. The niggas tried to pull her strap.
Right.
So she wrestling with him, right? She damn near got killed. This nigga beat her ass in there. I said, man, these niggas ain't nothing. But go ahead, what y'all gonna say? Yeah. Beat her ass in there.
But at
That's
least he ain't set on fire like this, because this right here is real.
If any nigga tell you nothing, something different, I swear to God, nigga lying. I'm gonna tell you real walkie talkie. Beat her ass in there.
Look at this.
But she ain't never give up the strap though. She ain't never give it up. He was trying to get it, but she never get up. She was calling for backup. She was, give me backup. CPD. Give me backup.
What would you do if you see this in front of your house when you wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning? Huh? E-Bizzle.
Man.
I'm just saying.
I hear you. That's ugly.
It said, through marshes and cross burnings and violence, they sought to discourage activities in the Mississippi summer projects in some southern communities. It says local officials were members of the Klan, collaborating with them. This made it harder to arrest the guilty party.
I want you to read this though. I want you to read something from Joe. What's his name? James Lowen.
I'm gonna read it. I want you to rock with this right here, because apparently you don't think this real. You don't think this happened. You see these people right here? Do you see that man that got burned? Do you see this? All this black and white. Because Polaroid did not have color yet. Do you see these kids sitting here watching this? I remember when my dad bought my mom a camera with the big flash bulb in the front, and used to blind us every time she took pictures. And then she had to take the damn light bulb out and put a new one in. It was a little bitty light bulb, and it had a blue thing on the front. When she colored it up, and then she take the picture, and then after that she take the picture out and have to fan it.
But I'm telling you, sister, is that this is firsthand information. I never wanted to bring nothing out, and I don't want to bring. I'm trying to.
This right here, everybody might not want to see.
I'm trying to tell you is that one CPD police officer, one of my girls that I went to high school with, she got her ass whipped in that motherfucking stove. Yeah, in that motherfucking stove in the hunt. Yeah.
All right, but listen, everybody might not want to pay attention to this, but if you do, these are bodies right here. This is a burnt ass car right here. This is a little boy right here.
Sanctuary. Show me Without Sanctuary. That's the book I'm gonna bring out, and then I'm gonna bring out another book with James Lowen.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
this looks like
Without Sanctuary.
I don't know.
Get Without Sanctuary.
Hold on, I'm almost done, E-Bizzle. I'm on slide number 48. These are dolls right here. This is a Black Panther right here. I don't know what kind of paper this is. It could be from the Black Panthers. I'm not sure. But I know these are dowels, and this inscription said that these were dowels, handcrafted, handmade dowels made for slave children to play with, right? And I'm not sure if he's actually doing an interview with them or whatnot, because it reminds me of somebody doing an interview, like a Miss Jane Pittman interview or something to that effect. But he almost looked like he's studying. So I'm not going to tell what that is, because you can't see an inscription or nothing on it. But I've seen documentaries where they look like they come and do a study or something to that effect, like to see, you know, about the stories. Now, I'm not saying they slaves at this moment, because they're not. But again, they're trying to know about the Southern life and some indifferences, because racism still was real at this time.
Yeah. So what's the word?
Who taught you, please? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you.
And so we all know who that is. And so I just added that to go with this dedication of Malcolm X.
Yeah, you know, all praises to the El Hajj, you know, Malik Sabat. Can you hear me?
In order for us here in America to eliminate the evils of the world, we must eliminate imperialism and an international bourgeoisie that finds its strength here in Babylon. Blacks should be able to decide our destiny. Power to the people, because without the people there will be no victory. The people are responsible for historical developments. They're responsible for the course that history takes, and no matter what kind of weapon the oppressor has, that we know that one new weapon doesn't win the war, but the people always win. And the people are the real heroes, and without this knowledge, we don't have even the rudimentary knowledge. So we're always in the community, and that's where we will continue to be.
All right, so now this was about Upon This Rock in the church. So I'm not exactly sure whose church or what church, as well as I'm not even sure about this podium. So we know that this is an older church. We know that this is an older podium with the seats for the first lady as well as the minister. What I'm not really sure of is this back wall. This back wall shows, and you couldn't read it when you got closer. So again, this is something we need to go and visualize, because this part in here, in the middle part, gives me maybe Africana, but it also kind of gives me something else. So I'm not sure about, and I don't want to throw nothing out there. So I'm gonna leave that whole thing alone, and we all can speculate on what this might say. But again, for the rest of it, we know that this is a church scenery right here. And we know that this was also under that house that's up above. So the sidewalk say bombing of Alabama. So apparently this might go inside this church, but this part right here, I'm not exactly sure where it goes. So again, it will do us more justice to go and visit the museum. But one thing I do like is this hat. I'm a big hat fan. And I love this hat. Now, this is a teepee. And you can see teepees around here. Right? So I'm not sure what this is saying.
Gemini, give me a word.
What you mean?
Give me a word.
Right.
Word on what?
There's so many buildings around it. So is this part of the war? There's too many houses around. There's too much going on. Now we know that they went to war. So
Gemini, give me a word. Give me a word.
What kind of word do you want? Other than hush. But other than that, I don't know. So we're gonna leave that alone for right now because I don't want to. These people put a lot of work and whatnot into this museum, and it's a beautiful site. And so again, I'm not sure what this is. This almost look like a tent. It don't even look like a teepee. It look like a throw over your shoulder tent, like with two things in the middle, and they just throw a turf over it, and then something like that. That's what it looked like.
Well, see, those are the only materials, though. They had. It depends on what your resources are.
Yeah.
That's all they can get to.
Exactly.
And so there it is. There.
And you're exactly right. Now this is another probably piece of the y'all know where I'm trying to go with the Jim Crow. I don't think this is a real advance, but it could be still part of Jim Crow. This is a Southern Railway company. And I told my daughter that I remember I think I was about 6 or 7. Now we were still living in Chicago at this time. And I remember we took a trip going somewhere. And I remember when we sat in the train and we were sitting like you sit on the back of the bus now, right? And so this is the train. So I'm assuming this is like the Elm track back then. You see how big this train is? And so when they show the inside, like you see it. And so now they say whites only, but when you get to this part, I remember sitting in this part because we could only sit this way, right? And this is what I remember on my first train ride when we was going. I don't know if we went to Wisconsin or did we go to Michigan.
Now that's a train, all that damn space.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
But we sat this way on the train. We didn't sit the other way. We sat this way. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I remember, sitting this way on the train. And this is what I was telling them, because we didn't sit the other way. When I was a little girl, we sat this way. And so that when I seen this train, I was like, I remember that. Because every time I told somebody we sat this way on the train, they was looking at me like I was crazy. No, we sat this way on the train when I was little. We didn't sit the other way. We sat this way. And look at this. This is on the train. Separate water coolers. You know what I'm saying? So you know there's separate areas. And at the bottom of the train carts, they identify and let you know. They had the rail cart workers. And you know, when you get there, you'll be able to read it closer because you get a better view. And you got Jim Crow travel. See? It show where we sat, where they sat. You see what I'm saying? The white section, the colored section. Does anybody know about Bernard Rustin? Now, you can clearly see he's a friend of Martin Luther King. He had to be a
which guy he is. I only know him by their face.
It's him.
Sometimes, and not their name.
Yeah, it's the young man when we get to him, when he shows up on the screen for everybody else. But he's a young man he's well grown with a tie. Everybody know who Martin Luther King is, but he's the other young man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to really get into him, but he must have been a real another activist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's worth looking into, so I can maybe get some information on him and we can get into it. But again, this museum she said it's going to take 2-3 days to visit. It's more than 6 hours each day, right? You would spend so much time in there. So I'm just saying, off the pictures alone, yeah, you know. And this was like 2 flashcards, but
he had a lot of MLK had a lot of monumental people who had other really good purposes in his in his circle. You know, I remember watching a special one time on the people that Martin Luther King had in his circle, and there were some people that really helped the movement along, on the back end.
Now, this was an article. It says information wanted. Of my children, 2 sons and 1 daughter, James and Stephanie Washington and Edna Robinson. Last heard from them about 6 years ago. They were then at Fort Alabama. Somewhere. Well, anyway, these people are missing, and their family was looking for them. Their father and their grandmother, who are so anxious to hear from them. It said from the moment that well into the 20th century, right? The black Americans searched for their families and placing ads in newspapers and all over Christian records and carrying on. They have been looking for their family for all these years. It just disappeared. Nobody heard from them. Nobody seen them. Like they said, they was on their way and they just disappeared. The whole family. That's crazy.
Bananas.
Make you think about them 250 people they found behind that jail.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know Booker T. Washington. That's where you was coming in at, Gemini. So you know he was the prominent African American educator, author, and a leader in the 19th, 20th century. Born into slavery in Virginia in 1856, after emancipation, he pursued education to become one of the most influential African American leaders of his time. It says Washington approached race relations and often referred to as Atlanta Compromise. He was controversial while he advocated for economic advancement and education opportunities for African Americans. His accommodationist stance drew criticism from more radical civilist rights leaders such as W.E.B. Du Bois and other accused Washington of being too passive in the fight against racial
Hello?
discrimination.
Hello?
And huh?
Can
Oh,
I jump in?
yeah.
Yeah, William E. Du Bois called the pot called the kettle black.
What you want to say, Ebism?
I just want to say what y'all bringing out is real walkie-talkie, but
We appreciate you.
You say what?
I said we appreciate you.
No, okay, yeah, but it's a little bit different with the brother. But go ahead. What was you saying with the brother?
We saying despite these criticisms, Booker T. Washington's leadership and education efforts have had a significant impact on African American communities during his lifetime, and he remains as an important figure in African American history. And he's known for his contribution in education and his efforts to uplift the community during a challenging period in African American history.
Okay, that's cool.
Then
but can you bring out Percy L. Julian?
We will after we bring in this Southern Christian Leadership Conference by Dr. Martin Luther King, which the SCLC was founded in 1957, and it was a prominent civil rights organization in the United States during the 1960s. And Martin Luther King was a key figure in the SCLC, serving as first president. The organization played a crucial role in organizing nonviolent protest campaigns. Hold on 1 minute. I gotta pause.
Martin Luther King would be rolling over dead if he was succeeded with how they done took the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and pimped it out.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
I mean, they have pimped this leadership conference out. It is oh my God. I mean, I'll just be like, what in the world? I'm pretty sure that what it started out as and what it is today, very different. Very different.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have taken this Southern Conference leadership conference and just pimped it out to the greenback in such a way that it just harms us as a people, because this is where the Southern Leadership Conference not only make political decisions, but they also make pulpit decisions for every single pastor that comes on. So they have taken Christianity down this, or Protestantism, whichever one you want to call it, because Protestantism is a broader name. You can fit more types of churches under the word Protestant than you can just Christianity.
Right.
You know, where they have taken it and just now it's just becoming the pulpit for, hey, this is how you maximize profits in a community, in a church.
Peace, Jay.
What up?
Or you can even become a mega church. You going through this,
right?
You're going through this process here,
right.
And this started off as something to be more inclusive, right? We need to have our own type of a conference this way, so that we can be included in things, and they took it and just again pimped it out. It's wild. I just, I think the stuff that they do with this other conference leadership, they talk about things, that matter in the community. They talk about how to market and profit from the things going on in the community, as well as uphold certain members, for these congressional positions.
I get it. All right, where we leave off at?
The SCLC.
Okay, so the SCLC was instrumental in initiatives such as the Montgomery bus boycott and the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where King delivered the famous I Have a Dream speech in 1963. The SLLC continues to be active in advocating for civil rights and social justice issues. Yes. So those were good points because they're still running active today. Maybe not as strong, but just as much.
No, listen. This is one of the things that I'm talking about here with our history. Mm-hmm. Now look how he first got this conference up and going, because there was a need, a real kind of need beyond what he could even see at that time. They have upheld that Southern Leadership Conference all the way up till 2024 and have found a way to use it to push, to lobby, to do all of these things for their own cause. But the point of it still is, when you build something that has a real kind of purpose where other people, not yourself, where it's benefiting other people, it's genius. And the crazy part about it is he, didn't get a chance to see how much money these people are bringing in and what they have done to this, because the way it was built and designed in the first place was genius. This is the genius of Black people. This is us right here. The Southern Leader Conference is genius.
It is.
But it's still like, we didn't understand enough about it to jump in there and help control where it was going. Mm-hmm. So where it went, it just went. Right. Now it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because again, it's one of those things where our focus, he understood. See, what I appreciate about Martin Luther King is his wisdom. Along the way, he was able to use his foresight to build some things and some things he caught just a little too late. Right. So there was no turning back, or he couldn't, change directions, at a point in time. But to be able to have the foresight to build something with the purpose in mind of helping others in a way was so just brilliantly put together that conference is still leading the way today. That conference helped put Barack Obama and all the other Black people that we have in the political machine. There it is. Here and helped. But are these people, though, the problem with 2024 is the people that they're putting in place, they're not seeing the purpose of helping us. They're seeing the purpose of profiting from us. And then patting their pockets underneath the guise of said bylaws, amendments, so forth and so on. So again, if we don't, by not jumping in the game, we don't know enough of the practice, the paperwork, the real mission, and what they're doing, which keeps us in the dark. Because this was something that was meant for good, and now it is what it is today, because we have not kept our eye on it, on the ball. We ain't kept our eye on it close enough.
I agree.
Stuff like that, Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so here goes some more of the repercussions in the 1960s, right? protest acts, protest reacts, or so you see, this is I ain't gonna say unfortunate or fortunate, right? But they're not hosing us down and having dogs upon us, but at the same time, and these are girls running just as well as the boys, and these are kids. Look how many police is after these kids. She coming out her house looking with her hands on her hip, looking like, what are you doing with these kids?
What's the word?
That America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time.
Yeah. What's the word? What's the word?
And this is
Martin Luther King was
this is a book. Come
his
on.
wisdom was the truth. His wisdom was the truth, because he's saying too in so many words.
Come on.
That we didn't get the land. He understands the land is the foundation, not just to build homes for your family, but to build infrastructure for yourselves, which benefits not only your family, but all of the families in the long run.
Come on.
And when he's saying giving them an economic foot in, which gave land to the white peasants, so that so that they can have a step up, a footing, and the economic a structure of it all. This is exactly what. So look at today. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is exactly what he said.
Come on.
That's exactly what I mean. It's like, whoa, that's deep.
Come on. And then moving on, we got this book by Margaret Gardner. She sacrificed 2 years and a daughter to keep her child out of slavery.
Really?
Yeah, it says she escaped Kentucky with her husband, Robert, and their 4 children. And Gardner and her family found themselves surrounded by U.S. Marshals. And rather than let her take her children to grow up in slavery, she took her daughter's life.
Oh, that's where Oprah Winfrey got that movie Beloved from.
Right? And Margaret never left testimony in her own words. Instead, we are left with her actions to understand slavery.
Hold on, pause. Wendy Williams, when you jump on it.
What you say?
What about Wendy Williams?
Wendy Williams, when you jump on here. You heard? when you jump on here. Cause see, I just been listening. I've just been listening in the back chat. You heard?
I've been over here.
I know my buddy in the back chat too. So Wendy Williams, when you get on here.
Moving forward. I can't believe Bizzle.
I know. Right?
Listen, it's almost over. Okay, so here go. I can't explain this because I don't know where this is, nor do I know where it happened. But these are fires, as we know. and I can't tell you if they're in Alabama or are they in New York at this point.
See, but wait though, hold on, Sakina. See, okay, now Oprah Winfrey did the movie Beloved based upon that book right there.
Yeah.
Right? And so what they had the audacity to be like, well, you know, we weren't ready to see Oprah like that. They almost ruined her career because she done brought out the fact that you cannot have, I'd rather kill my babies than to give them over to you.
Yeah, but did she get a credit to the person of the movie is my question at this point.
No.
Okay, so maybe that's probably the problem.
Yeah, gave credit to the no, because she was giving credit to the situation because there's a part of Oprah too, well, that Oprah back then, that really cares for certain historical facts that bridge together that movement and women. See, she isolates. She tends to isolate incidents because she feels like this is an important thing. And that movie, Beloved, whereas, you know, you had all the other white people who were sitting here saying, well, we didn't like the movie. We didn't understand it. We didn't understand what this movie was about. We don't understand why movie. I mean, she has so much pushback, but Beloved is a very good movie. If you have to watch it a couple times in order, she's saying something in that movie. And it's hella deep, just like the story and the actual story. It's hella deep. So there's a spiritual connotation to it, which they didn't like that either. Well, come on, you know, we're talking about, you know, people who basically it's not based on the fact that she took her daughter's life so that you wouldn't enslave her. It's the fact that she made a decision for herself, a real solid decision that matters in this part of history because it's the first time they've really seen somebody sit and not be scared to act, no matter if that act was good or bad. She in that moment, she had a thought, she went with it. And that's an act of rebellion. You let them tell it, right? Because I won't let you enslave my children.
Right.
You know, almost like the way they almost want to sometimes sit and say, well, you know, they jumped off the boats. A lot of them didn't never make it to port. They jumped off the boats. They killed themselves. It's like, are you serious? To be martyred is a real type of thing. There's a real spirit behind when people decide to take actions like that. It's a real thing.
So, we're going to get deep in about 3-4 minutes. So what do you think do you think this is Black Wall Street? Because this is with all of these fires, again, because I'm not sure, but it says urban rebellion, and I'm not sure about James Meredith and the March Against Peace or March Against Fear, it said. And then they got something about some shoes. This street is between two streets, and one of them is shoes, and the other street something else. But all of these fires, and so, you know, I'm not sure. When they say they said they bombed Wall Street, Black Wall Street. So with all of these fires, because this is more than one fire.
Right.
So I'm wondering if this is it's in 1966 to 1967. Do you think this is Black Wall Street or no?
That's a good question.
Because, you know, we also seen New York has an incredible story in history. It's even more I don't even want to say intense. It's more deeper than what we know. You know, it was the official battlegrounds. Let's go with that. You know, it was the original slavery burial grounds.
I don't think it was that time, Sakina. It was because they're saying they bombed Black Wall Street in 1921, and you're talking about 66 to 66.
Okay, so I don't know where this is and what is this, but I'm just saying again, New York has incredible history. It's known for its monumental pieces, but New York has some other documented history, undocumented history, maybe that they don't talk about, maybe they don't know about, maybe they, you know,
but I mean, it's there. The history is all there because, you know, in the 13th, let me see what New York was which colony?
Puritan. It was full of Puritans. That's not
what I mean when I say
okay,
that.
because they were so stuck on education and Christianity. You know what I'm saying? That King James and all of the ranchers, and not the ranchers, but you know, the Puritans and all of that. You know, it was the first 13. That's what started it off. Colonizing.
New York was the third colony. So
that's what I'm saying.
Was the third colony. So it would have, it would have had a lot of the history, seeing that, you know, we're pretty much one of the only states around. So you wouldn't go. So you know, if it would have been New York, would have been, you know. I mean, my point is that was the only place then and there at that time. So you had a lot of things go on there because this is their idea of also building this, a nation. So
you had French and Dutches and all kind of people all on the other side. But I'm just saying, far as New York and the history of it, I mean, because you had people from France but they were all up north on the other side. But I'm saying, far as being colonized and whatnot, New York had it going on, far as history.
No, yeah, but I'm saying it would have, but it makes sense though. I'm saying because it was third. It was only the third state, 3. So a lot of history, people, places, and things would have come straight up and through New York.
That was the only
place they could have come through. So it does have a large history of its people, of all kinds of people, including us, included in this history.
Oh, I thought it was the first state. Who was the first state?
Virginia, 1607.
Wow.
New York is 1626.
Wow. Okay, then. Let's move forward. I did not know that. Okay, well, we close to the end.
My fellow Americans, it has been the honor of my life to serve you. I won't stop. In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen for all my remaining days. But for now, whether you are young or whether you're young at heart, I do have one final ask of you as your president. The same thing I asked when you took a chance on me 8 years ago. I'm asking you to believe, not in my ability to bring about change, but in yours. I'm asking you to hold fast to that faith written into our founding documents, that idea whispered by slaves and abolitionists, that spirit sung by immigrants and homesteaders and those who marched for justice, that creed reaffirmed by those who planted flags from foreign battlefields to the surface of the moon, a creed at the core of every American whose story is not yet written. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. May God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
And I had to mix these two together because These are just some of the greatest. I thought that was admirable.
I love this.
Yeah, to put, you know.
And the crazy part for me about Barack Obama is, black people. You got black people that are complaining about Barack Obama as if another fucking black man is gonna come back around. So who the fuck y'all gonna complain about next? I mean, it's just unbelievable to me how we just confuse lots of things with other things. Now I can see if the complaints, if we had a black man every 5 years.
Right.
God, dog.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. One fucking black man in 99 billion, 50 million, billion, trillion years, and and all this shit you got to say about it, as if another black. Now they so happy not to see a black face. They love to see the white faces in the White House.
Come on.
As long as the white face, it's a great face.
But look at another greatest, Tupac. Come on. Tupac in the African American Heritage Museum. Come on. That's all I'm saying. And of course, we got Tiddlywinks. Or is it Angel Winks? I'm sorry. It's Oprah Winfrey. You know, that's her dress. Dun, 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 dun. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Yay.
I missed the good old days. That was Oprah back in the good days.
All right. I believe we at the end.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is the end, y'all. So I really appreciate y'all watching. Yes. So that is the end.
That's good. 3 hours. Yay. You did that, Sakina. This was nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I thought I'd put the little speeches in to go with the clips and make them pop a little bit.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Nice touch there,
Thank you.
Nice
Thank you. I appreciate you. So, Bizzo.
I'm gonna bring up Ida B. Wells before he have a fit.
I know he didn't go to sleep on the Ida B. Wells.
What's the word?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, what's the word?
I was gonna say,
I'm
just
listening. Yeah, what's the word?
Okay, let me find your Ida B. Ida B. Ida B. Ida B. Ida B.
Yeah, I'm going to bed in 30 minutes.
All right, let me
It's Sunday. It's late.
Let me figure out how to pull up a screen. I gotta figure out how to pull up a screen. Listen, I washed my hair the other day. It is not acting right. I gotta give it 3 days. Let me figure this out. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay, let me do this right quick. Then I gotta do this right quick. Okay. Now do this. Oh, no, I don't. Now do this. What is it? A book or a video or what? How do?
No, it's just you ain't got to get on it.
Huh? How you want me to put it up on YouTube or what?
Yeah, pull up on YouTube.
Okay. That's all I want to know. Ooh, that storm is cutting up. You hear me?
80 degrees.
So it's Ida like Idaho?
Yeah, Ida, like IDA.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Ida B. Well.
Like Ida B. the Pappy.
Okay, and her last name Wells, like pump the water?
Yeah, well.
With an S on the end or no?
Yeah, with an S. Yeah, you're. Who is that talking? Who is that talking in the background?
You know who this is? Okay.
Ask that 5,000 times, Ibizzle.
All right, so you want the 20, the 11 minutes, the 13 minutes, the 50? What do you want?
The shortest one. The shortest one.
Okay, I think this one is 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Oh Lord, the anti-itching. I mean the anti-lynching. Hold on 1 minute.
Look, a lot of my guys, they stayed out.
Hold on.
Hello.
I didn't. Wait a minute. Hold on, because I did not want to do that. I wanted to. There we go. Why is it going so fast?
All right, share the video too. I can't see.
Right, I know it. I wasn't trying to share it yet. It started playing so doggone fast.
Well, it's only 2 minutes. You know how that goes.
Right. I was like, dang, what is going on? All right, now I'm back. All right, let me share. Right.
Wells became a leader in anti-lynching and essentially almost invented it, I would say, because of a sort of terrible personal experience she had. It was a
Why are they sharing?
Yeah, there it goes, Sakina.
Okay.
Terrible lynching in Memphis in which 3 black men were killed, and one of them was a man named Thomas Moss, a local businessman as well as a local mailman who was a friend of Wells along with his wife. Wells is out of town when this happens, and she comes back to find black people fleeing Memphis, her friend Thomas dead along with 2 other men. She had been thinking that, you know, she would live in the South and she would work to make it a better place. But when she looked at someone like Thomas Moss, who had been a devout churchgoer, taught Sunday school, invested in his own business, done everything that the sort of world said that blacks needed to do to get ahead, and then had ended up being lynched, she began to question whether you could really do anything in the South. She published an editorial that went essentially too far in saying all this, and a white mob stormed the office of the Free Speech and destroyed the printing press.
Yeah.
Wells was fortunate she wasn't there, but the mob left a note basically telling whoever was printing the newspaper that they should leave town and putting a death threat. She ended up in New York, where she was hired by T. Thomas Fortune, the publisher of the New York Age, and led what was basically sort of the first anti-lynching campaign, where she identified lynching as a crime and was trying to push the government and social reformers to take action about it. Anti-lynching would become a major commitment for the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and it would also be a major commitment of black women's clubs and other civil rights organizations.
Yeah, it gets deep.
Yeah.
It gets deep.
Yeah, a lot of my people and a lot of my guys, a lot of people that's from Chicago, the Ida B. Wells projects, they tore them down in Chirac. So yeah, a lot of people they know about Ida B. Wells. They got a street named after her. You know, it's a lot of black street names in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, Ida B. Wells is one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know
They tore down. They tore down.
They tore them down, though.
They tore down.
Why would they tear them down?
Go ahead.
I'm saying, why did they tear them down?
because they was doing gentrification. But Ida B.
What?
Wells,
No,
Mandela,
wait a minute. Stop. They tore them down for what?
because they was moving the white people in.
To move, for what they feel, for industrial purposes, right? Shopping centers and bullshit, other houses, complex,
That's a bunch of foolery. That's always, they got to move them out, and then the stores ain't gonna be up that long.
Right.
That's the whole problem. You moving people out for a 2-year store, and then it's gonna be vacant for 7, 8, 12 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's this is the ridiculousness.
All the while you done displaced hundreds.
Exactly, and then these people gonna be homeless for the store for the rat convention, right? That's the whole thing, for the rat convention. That's the damn shame. And then, listen, this is why when you say, why did y'all not take care of the people before you opened the gates or the borders for more people? Why did you do that? It was too many people that you did not take care of to invite more people. How do you cook 7 chickens for 15 for 4 families and then tell 10 more families to come over? You got dinner. You don't have enough food. How do you do that? You didn't have enough. How do you can't invite more when you don't have enough?
You have to realize something, Sister Sakina. Chicago, where I'm at right now, and that when I deal with that's what I was just telling one of the younger sisters. Chicago is a major city, so you're not looking at something where you could just say, "Well, I'm not going to do this and that." It's a major city. It's a major hub.
Y'all got major problems.
Yeah. So
right?
when you look at the United States of America as a whole, that's your third largest city in the United States. And when they look at Chicago, they say that's a third biggest city. Not just me talking to you, but it's just us overall talking. So they say, well, right now we got over 800,000 black folks. 800,000. We used to have, when you look at the county, the Cook County of Cook, it's the second major black, second major county in the United States. But they know we have over 1 million black folks. So that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem for these people.
Okay, but listen to this. Y'all got a bigger problem than that. How many black people with or without jobs?
No. A lot of my guys got jobs. I mean,
exactly. So
what
so listen to this. If y'all got that many people there, how many jobs? Do everybody got a job? How big is the unemployment factor there?
The unemployment is like 50%.
So half of the state is unemployed.
Yes. Yeah.
So could y'all afford to have 217,000 more people there unemployed?
No.
So Chicago ain't that big then?
Chicago is the third largest country.
It ain't that big when half of y'all ain't got no job. I don't give a damn how big Chicago is when half of y'all ain't got no job. What room do you have when half of y'all homeless? You got room for other people with no job? Where they gonna be? I saw the news. They all people living in y'all schools. That's how much room y'all don't got.
You done?
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah. Come on in.
Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that they showing you this on the news.
But that's not the truth.
You done?
No, tell me that's not the truth. I want to know what's the
Are
truth.
you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
can finish.
yeah. Okay, come on.
Okay. So what I'm telling you is that they putting these people, they push them out of that and they put them in jobs, in a temporary job.
Y'all got that many temporary jobs?
Yeah, they put them in a temporary job. Yeah.
We got lost. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Go ahead.
And the show's already been 3 hours.
Oh.
Now, so this is are you still online?
Yeah, I'm finna bust down because I think it shuts down in about 20 minutes.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the word, Mama? What's the word?
I think it shut down at 4 hours at tops anyway.
What's the word, Mama?
All right, well, tell Bizzle, good night. I'm gone.
You hear Gemini?
Oh, Gemini, that's my girl. What's the word? What's the word, baby girl?
Well, I miss you. Hopefully you coming back. You gonna come back? You coming back next week?
Yeah,
You be back on tomorrow too.
I'm gonna come back anytime when you on. You heard me?
Okay. I know that's show you right. Show you right.
Yeah, tomorrow we gonna have a Hebrew on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He gonna be going all the way back from eccentric Earth to where it wasn't no dirt when it was the sun, and he gonna bring it all in esoteric, esoteric, esoteric.
Where from? Where from? From what camp? He from?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't know.
Oh, Gemini, do you know?
We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Why y'all want to do this? Why y'all want to do this? Why?
We have friends.
Why y'all want to do this? Why?
We got friends in all kind of places.
Because we have to because if you say too much ahead of time, it gives people the big idea like, well, let me sit here and say what I don't like and this, and that, and the third, when you should just wait for the guest to come on and hear what the guest got to say. Then you can sit and say what you don't like about it.
And then you can say, hold up, pause.
Yeah, there you go. Because it kind of pre-sabotages when you give it away early.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you. But I put my phone number in the back chat though, Gemini.
Okay, well, Sakina, grab it and then she'll give it to me.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Sakina. So me and you, we gonna finish this conversation, right?
All right. You got about 19. You got about 12 minutes.
Jay,
you going on tonight?
Huh?
No, let the brother go up. My bad.
You going on tonight, Jay?
Nah, I'm just playing a video game, listening to y'all.
Oh, I ain't doing Fortnite.
Nah. I'm playing my Egypt video game right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we be having good builds on J channel too, though. Yeah, it goes hard.
Jay know me. Jay know I'm teaching them.
Who that? E-Bizzle? Is that E-Bizzle? Who that?
Man, you already know.
Okay, give me that Jeremiah 2 and 6. 2 and 4. I'm sorry. That Jeremiah 2 and 4.
Look, Jay on that mess.
That's my dude. That's my dude, Drake.
Jay on that mess. I said.
You did a great job, though, Sakina. Great job. I like that. Like
Thank
I'm learning.
You. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know what? I like what both of y'all do. I don't know what happened, how the split happened. I'm like, damn, I'm in the middle of it, But I like what both of y'all do.
Thank you, Bizzle. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, they go hard on the round
That's
table.
real walkie-talkie. That's real walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we were about to have a collab. I don't know when it is. We me, Jay, Truist, and Marcus and
Prophet man,
Prophet. Yeah,
Rastafari.
yeah, we about to have a collab. I forgot. We gotta figure the date out, but we finna have a master blast.
Yeah, you Bizzle, you invite me, Bizzle. Come through.
You say what?
You
Yeah.
invited to the build, bro. Come through to the
Oh,
build when we build.
oh yeah. You already know, bro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But you got Prophet Man. I don't know. Prophet Man. I mean that's my dude. That's my dude, but God damn, my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gonna multi-stream, so we getting it in. We gonna have everybody in.
you're gonna have to
So
use StreamYard though. You're gonna have to use StreamYard for that, right?
no, I shouldn't have to.
Okay.
Even if not, we gonna I'll just stream it later.
Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
fine too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be
For
fine.
Pangea?
Yeah,
You
we
talking
can do
about
Pangea. We can still do. Listen, I listened to Commission today,
mm-hmm.
and he went in on Pangea for a minute. He started off with Pangea. Pangea is a, and he started off with Pangea, and Commission's a more.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he started off like so I don't know if he was if he had a talk with Darvis, because Darvis is more, you see what I'm saying? But man, he went right into I almost told you, I almost wanted to tell you you need to tap in. You see, because Commission rocks that Moorish Kemet. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Hebrew. For some odd reason, still put him in there. He to me, but he not Hebrew, but he rocks Moorish Kemet.
But he deal with the Hebrews though.
Right. So I still see that, but he says no to a
Mm.
degree. So I don't know where he at with that. Right. So you gotta, what they say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. But he's so peaceful with it that I still see some Kemet in him, even though whatever the Moor thing is, I'm a Moor by blood, so I don't know, because they say Moor is this, that, and the other, and all
You
this
say you
other.
are
I
more
don't.
by blood though. You say by
Yeah,
blood.
yeah, I'm a Abraham Lincoln Moor,
Ah.
or
Um,
yeah, I could be an Abraham Lincoln Moor. I could be the Moors that they named the Cherokee Indians. I could be whatever Moor I want to be at this point. You know.
oh my God.
Well, I'm the true. I'm a true Moor though. I'm not the ones y'all just name Moors because you want to be.
I'm a Hebrew.
Right. Well, see, that's whoever you want to be.
No, I'm telling you right now by the
I
book.
know. See,
But I don't even deal with the book no more like that. I don't even deal with
exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's that stuff. I'm telling you, you could find me like like for real, for real. I could be Abraham Lincoln. He defended him more. He said, no, he's not that more. Them, like they made themselves up. No, he defended the more. Then I could be, the more on the Darwin's list. The ones that were under Cherokee on the Darwin's list that was established as Moors that in turn to
my
be
God.
freemen.
My God.
Right,
Who else is on this line right now?
But I could be,
Who else is on the line right now?
see, I don't want to hear the truth. That's why they, Yashiria means the integrity of your most high.
You say who? Wait a minute. You say what?
Spices of life. I said, Yashiria.
Okay. Means
I
what?
was just telling you, it means the integrity of the
Oh,
most high.
Okay, that's what that means.
Yeah, look it up. Ask somebody. You know they
Let me
name
ask you this. Let me ask you this right now. What do you think the name Eric means? Can you look that up?
Erect.
Eric.
Erect.
Eric.
Erect.
Yeah, can you see what it means right now?
Like wrecking ball.
No, Eric. The name Eric. I'm just curious.
All right.
I know you. I know you real smart. You real smart. So can you look that up right now?
All right, I'm gonna look it up for you. Erect sound like La Rice or La Trice.
Eric, the name Eric.
I'm looking at it.
So what does that mean?
It's a STEM name for erection, but we we finna look it up right now. Eric means, it typically means forever ruler or always ruler. Now, let me ask you something. What is a ruler?
What else it mean?
Wait a minute, let me ask you this though. What is a
No,
ruler?
what else it mean? Honorable?
It means Old Norse.
Okay, so read the whole thing. Read it
Okay,
slow.
so
I want you to read. I want you to read it
it
slow,
means sole ruler.
baby girl. Because
It
I know you're
says
smart.
it means sole ruler. Period. Or because or just is giving something else, or even powerful. But
So
really,
what is it? What does it mean?
It means sole ruler. So we're gonna stay on ruler, forever ruler,
So
always ruler,
when you listen,
sole ruler.
hold on, Paul. Okay, hold on, Paul. So when you look at Rick the Ruler, that's why when Rick the Ruler, when Slick Rick was saying that, because his name was there.
Okay, but let's go back to ruler.
You may not have known that.
No, I don't give a damn about Rick the Ruler from London. I'm asking you, Eric Bond, like glue. I'm asking you about ruling. And if you're a ruler, right? Tell me about a ruler. Because a ruler don't got nothing to do with kingship.
Yeah.
We talking about a ruler.
I'm a ruler
What
of
is
knowledge.
a ruler? What is a ruler?
I'm a ruler of knowledge.
Okay, because so you're a ruler of knowledge. And so how much is that? A ruler has autonomy. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm a ruler of knowledge. That's why Jay, he finds it so hard for him. That's why he can't sleep at night. That's why the nigga be up all night. I said,
no. A ruler has.
Hold on. No. What I'm saying.
Let's go backwards. Don't overtalk me. See, because a ruler has only 12 inches.
12 inches of what?
Anything for a ruler.
Mm-hmm.
When you get into a yard or anything more than that,
no,
you're not.
You're
not working with a ruler anymore.
Hold on. I will tell you.
You're not working with rulers anymore. You're working with measuring tapes.
Okay.
Okay, so again, ruler, you have an autonomy that doesn't give you much to work with. So a ruler only has a foot. Okay? And a foot is only 12 inches.
Okay.
All right. So what are you ruling? Are you done? Because a ruler is not a king like you think it is.
Okay.
So again, we're not going to play word semantics with me. Okay, Eric, you'd be
Are
better
you
off
done?
having that erection and not trying to be the ruler, right? Try to be a yard, right? Enough yard to give you a field, right? Because while you're playing with these feet, them are not going to get you anywhere.
Okay, so when you're a woman, right? You had kids, right?
Excuse me?
You have kids, right?
No, I have children. Goats have kids. I have children.
Okay, baby girl, stop playing.
Right. No. When you came at me with that ruler stuff, I got to keep it clean with you. I don't have kids. That's what goats have. I have children.
Okay, so when you look at my name, sometimes people there say, why you got the name 369? Because a lot of times when you look at the esoteric part of it, it's a 9. When you look at a 9, that's how a baby is hooked up in your mother's womb. And we all have the same thing. So now I'm gonna teach you right now. I'm gonna teach
All
you.
right.
So hold on, because I'm a ruler, right? I'm a ruler.
Okay.
So I'm gonna teach you right now. So a lot of times when you look at a 9 being the same thing, you saying a 12-inch and you don't know this and that, whoop bop the bam and this and that. But a lot of times when you in a woman's womb, you in a 9, you in a circle of 9. And that's why every number that comes up to a 9, it equals a 9. You heard me? You heard me? So slow down, because I know you're gonna bite back. But every time when you look at, it's nothing wrong with saying you don't know. You heard me?
Ain't
You
nothing.
heard,
No, it's fine.
you heard me? I've been taught by the best. You heard me? That's why Jay. Ask Jay why he on here. Ask Jay. Jay can't out talk me.
You can't.
He can't out talk me.
But when you're in a fetal position,
Ask Jay. Jay
No.
in a fetal position
Let
right
me
now.
ask you. When you're in a fetal position, you're in a.
But hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
When you talking about a 12 and this and that, we're not talking about no 12. We're talking about a 369. So when you talk about a 369, a number, when you look at every baby that's came out of you, I don't know how many kids you got. I had 2 kids, right? I raised one that was not my biological, but I never treated him like he was not my biological. And I think I told Jay that. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? You know, Dosine, you know, that's my son, Deontay. You know, I never said shit about no stuff. So whoop bop the bam. So when you have a 9, the supernatural number of a 9 will put you in your mama's stomach. And she would continue to create that over time. She gonna continue over them 4 trimesters. It's supposed to be 40 months, but she gonna put it in there for 9. For 9, you heard? She gonna put it in there and she gonna drop you off. And then every time when you come out of there, your number gonna be hooked to a 9.
Now, see, let me tell you something. First of all, 9 full months is 10, right? And that takes you back to 1. That's why when you are born on the 1. When you are born in a fetal position, that puts you in the O. 369 means 3 to the power of 3. 3 to the power of 3 is 9. 3 to the power of 2 is 6. 9 is the strongest number in your whole chart. 9 will be the last time you will ever see 9 because 9 is your strongest number. 9 is your power. 9 is the strongest number in your whole chart. Why? Because when you get to 10, that is the end of the cycle. That means that you are at your strongest number, and that is right back to 1. Zeros drop off. And you start to the 1 being you, self. 1 is a self of mastery. 0 means that you have accomplished your achievement. 9 is in your strongest power of your power, in your intuition and awe. If you are a 9, You are in your strongest of yourself. You're strongest in your chakra. You're strongest in your intuition. I am a 9. 3, 6. When your number, whatever numbers we was talking about with you, with the whatever, the 1 and the 2, the 12, that number is 3. When you get through adding it up, you forgot.
My birthday is 9/22.
12.
Hold on. Pause.
Let me finish because I didn't interrupt you. With you adding up the 12 of your rulership, the 1 and the 2 would have made 3. The 3 times 2 would have made your 6. The 6 times, or the 3 to the power of 3 would have made your 9. There you go with your 3, 6, 9. But so I don't know who taught you what, and I'm not going to dispute it because maybe you know differently from what I know, because we are in 2 different realms of what you call religion, and I'm into another realm of something totally different from where you are. And so however you read it is how you read it, and how I understand it and understand it is a whole different thing. So I don't know how you teaching Jay, but I know that Jay is teaching himself too, because this walk is a personal walk and it is a journey. And so Jay has to pick up each book and he has to read it.
Why do you have something to
know it for himself? Because no matter how you say it or I say it, Jay gonna have to figure it out, because all of these things that we said, somebody else said, it's a personal perspective of view. And Jay has to find his own personal perspective of view, because that's all these books have: history. His story, her story, they story, and Jay gonna have to analyze all them stories and figure it out, because what we know to be true thus far has been lies, and what we know to be lies could be true. So Jay gonna have to figure it out just like we figuring it out. So we ain't schooling nobody. They might be schooling us. Just because he ain't said nothing don't mean that he don't know nothing.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm here.
No, I ain't saying nothing negative. I'm just saying.
I'm not. But hold on. Because I don't want to make it like I'm trying to dismiss Jay. Jay, he's a
I'm not saying you're doing that either.
But hold on, pause. I'm not trying to say he don't know nothing, because he's a very intelligent brother. So my thing is just, we just all building. That's it.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah,
but how we interpreted things are different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how you read numbers, how I read numbers are different. But in fetal position, we are not in 9s. We are in.
We are in 9, but we are in 9.
Cats,
we are in 9.
Fetal positions all the time, and we are not in 9s.
We are in 9. How can you deny that? How?
Listen, because I've had children. Have you had any? Have any children came out of you? One of my children were breached when I was pregnant with twins. We can go there. Neither one of my children were in 9s.
I'm gonna talk to you about kids. Listen,
one of my children were in 9s. My children were in fetal position. In fetal position, they are not in no 9. They are balled up. Fetal position means fetal.
They are balled up. Why are they balled up?
9s are not balled up. 9s are not balled up.
Why are they balled up?
9s and 6s are not balled up. They're curled. You talking about a whole curl versus a balled up. They're balled up. 9s are not, and 9s and 6s are not. Nobody. So your 9s look like G's.
So you telling me right now a kid?
No, so you telling me you draw a 9 that look like a G?
Our kids balled up like a 9.
So your 9s look like G's. Just say that.
Are your kids balled up, or is anybody kids balled up like a 9? Jay, yes or no?
Jay, can you ball your legs up forward? Jay, can you ball your legs up forward the same way your body go to make you look like a 9?
You in a 9. You in a 9.
Jay, can you ball your body up forward to make you look like a 9?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I ain't that flexible.
My God. My God. This is crazy. This is crazy. You heard? I got to give another lesson tomorrow.
I don't know how you draw your nines. Unless your 9 look like a G, then we in trouble.
Okay. Okay. Okay, baby girl.
I listen here. Maybe I don't know. Maybe my kids was born dyslexic or something. I don't know.
Every kid that was born, every human being, you balled up in a 9, baby girl.
I know doggone well you can hold an unk up to an ultrasound and you can see your baby. And an unk don't look nothing like no. Even you can hold them up to a baby, and they don't look like no 9. And an unk don't look like the letter 9. The unk almost look like a teardrop, a big teardrop. And we know how the unk got broke and turned into a cross, but I don't want to say nothing against nobody's religion. However, that don't look like the shape of a 9. Not unless you cut off both stems of the cross, and even then it don't look like a 9 because it ain't curled up at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is straight at the bottom, but that's not fetal position.
Okay.
So that's not fetal position. So how's the baby in fetal position if the legs are straight? Babies go in fetal position.
When you look at just the same way when you get in your bed tonight, right? After we get off this phone, right?
Right.
You gonna curl up in a 9. You gonna curl up in a 9 tonight. Hello.
Okay, I don't know. That's not. I don't know. I never drew a 9 like that.
But you never may
Maybe
have did it.
a Q
Go ahead.
or I've never drew a 9 like that.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I've just never drew a 9 like that. I don't know. Is that a cursive 9? Can you cursive a 9? Is that a calligraphy 9?
When you go to bed tonight, you gonna curl up like a 9 or a 10 or a 1. Which one you gonna curl up at? Now we gonna end this conversation. This gonna be easy. So see, this is easy walkie-talkie right here. So that's why sometimes a lot of people they say, "You an asshole, EB." So this is real.
I ain't gonna call you nothing but Bizzle because you know what? I'm finna just
but
curl up.
when you curl up tonight, are you gonna curl up in a 10 or 1 or a 9?
I can't curl up as no 10, not unless I'm.
So which one you gonna curl up at?
I stick up something.
You gonna curl up as the one which you was in your mama womb. She quiet now. Okay, it's all good.
I don't know if
that's real walkie-talkie. You heard?
I'm finna try to curl like a 9.
This is what I do, Jake. This is what I do. You heard?
I'm finna curl up like a 9. Damn.
You heard?
I'm curl up like a 9. I was like, Bizzle, I curl up like a 9.
I love you, baby girl.
Listen, thank you so much for joining me. You hear me? Because it was so live. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for joining, honestly. And we ain't seen you in a while. So, it's been a Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that wonderfulness, right? Yes, you left a hell of a slogan out here for everybody. I've been hearing so many pauses and all kind of stuff. So yeah, we know.
It's all good to everybody, all the brothers.
You know, out here, right?
Yeah. You heard.
Yeah, so you got to come back around for real, because you left a monument out here for everybody to, you know, be proud of. So yeah, we
Yeah.
need, we hearing pause like, where you Bizzle at? Where you Bizzle at? It ain't you. They're like, pause, like, where you Bizzle at? E Bizzle, we know you been over here because ain't nobody said pause, but E Bizzle. Now hold on. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you truly been missed. That's
Yeah.
for real.
Thank you. Love you, sister. Thank
Yeah.
you. Love you.
Appreciate you. Thank
Yeah,
you
you
so much.
already know, man. Everybody in the chat, look here. Brain food coming soon. You heard? And
Yeah.
quit all this fake niggas with all that fake walkie-talkie. You heard? Pause. Everybody on that. You heard? I'm gonna teach everybody, just like I'm teaching
Okay,
them.
well, I'm gonna look forward for that. When you get ready to come and drop some knowledge over here, I'm gonna be waiting for you.
Yep.
Just
I got
let
y'all.
me know. Just
All
let
right,
me
then.
know. All right, well, thank you. And listen, I just want to thank everybody for coming over and sharing, and thank y'all for watching tonight. And stay
But
tuned for
who on there right now? If anybody want to get a lesson, who on there right
I
now?
don't know who's in the chat. Because I have to go over and look over there in the chat. I can't actually see the YouTube chat unless I go on my phone. Because I can't see the comment section over there. I pulled the screen down. I had to pull it up. Excuse me. Yeah, because I had it up when I was doing the share screen. And then I pulled it down because every time the thing ring, I have to pull the screen down and then pull the other screen down so I could stop sharing
All right.
right. And so I didn't know. So
All
I'm
right,
still
but
on.
go ahead and wrap up in that number 9.
Yeah, and so I gotta pull it out the back chat too before I
But
shut
go ahead
everything.
and wrap up in that number 9, though. When you get off the
Huh?
phone, when you wrap up in that number 9, you gonna say, "Damn, that nigga, he built that. Damn, that nigga talking about some real walkie-talkie." You heard me?
Well, yeah, because
Damn. You all you gonna do is smile. You gonna say, "Damn."
you're gonna have to let me know because my number thing and your number thing is different. I've heard a lot of different people do numbers, and so your interpretation and my interpretation.
When you wrap up tonight, you gonna say, "Damn." That's the first word you're gonna say. Damn.
You know what? I'm so sick of you.
She gonna
I
say,
can't.
"Damn, you heard. That's real walkie-talkie. You heard."
You're not
I
sleeping
mean,
a
it
nine
took me a
tonight. I'm
long
gonna wake up
time. It took me a long time. Listen. I teach for a living. I teach. You
I know
heard?
you do. I know
I
you
teach
do.
for a living. You heard? So you not gonna out talk me. You're not gonna do that. You heard me? I don't give a fuck
You're
where
sleeping
you
a
from,
nine and
New
my
York,
toes be doing some
Houston,
stuff like
whatever.
this.
You heard?
I'm be waking up to my my toes.
But no,
I'll be like,
I love y'all and peace and shalom to all y'all.
Shalom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
All right,
thank
then.
everybody in the chat for joining us again tonight. Listen, stay tuned for tomorrow night. Again, it's going to be a wonderful treat. So I hope you feel better to show up tomorrow night. If not, I'll be back on Friday for sure. But if
All right,
not, tonight I'll be here tomorrow. So
all right, see y'all later. See y'all later.
Thank y'all again for joining me. Good
All right,
night.
sure.
Shalom.